factor, and they say that I wasn't on the ballot was the biggest factor.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer says it was a 5-alarm fire for Donald Trump.
The Republicans' high-cost House is on fire, and they've only got themselves to blame.
Many voters expressed dissatisfaction with the president's handling of the economy. Ed Donahue, Washington.
This weekend could bring more pain for air travelers. Starting tomorrow, the FAA will cut the number of flights at major airports by 10%. The feds are concerned about aviation safety, given staff shortages resulting from the government shutdown. Grim task of finding victims from the firestorm that followed the crash of a UPS cargo plane in Louisville, Kentucky, has entered a third day. 12 people were killed in the crash. 3 others are still unaccounted for. There is strike talk at Starbucks.
The strike would start on November 13th, which is the day Starbucks plans to distribute free, reusable red cups. Red Cup Day is usually one of the company's busiest days of the year. The union organizing baristas, Starbucks Workers United, didn't say how many stores would be impacted, but it said workers in at least 25 cities plan to strike and more locations could be added. The union has been organizing workers since about 2021, but hasn't agreed to a contract with the company. Around 550 of Starbucks' 10,000 company-operated U.S. stores are unionized. I'm Haya Panjwani.
Stock futures higher ahead of this morning's Wall Street opening bell. The Dow futures are up 32 points. NASDAQ futures 58 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Newsmax, you like Newsmax. I like it too. Newsmax has been terrific.
President Trump is right. Millions like you are tuning into Newsmax. You're watching Newsmax on cable. You're going to our streaming channel, Newsmax 2. And you're downloading our free Newsmax app on your smartphones and TVs. Reuters Institute says we're now one of the top news brands in the nation. Every night, watch great shows with Rob Schmidt, Carl Higbie, Rob Finnerty, and more as they expose the big media lies, the Washington swamp. And they're never afraid to talk about faith, freedom, and the values that made us great. Find out why Newsmax is the fastest growing news channel in America. Make the switch today and join our news revolution. Get Newsmax on cable, on streaming, and download the free app today. It takes just seconds to start. Let President Trump know you stand with Newsmax. It's for real news, for real people. Make the switch today.
An oil tanker is targeted by suspected Somali pirates.
Attackers firing machine guns and rocket-propelled grenades boarded a ship off the coast of Somalia on Thursday. The attack, reported by British officials, is likely the latest assault by resurgent Somali pirates operating in the region. The British military's United Kingdom Maritime Trade Operations Centre issued an alert over the attack, warning ships in the area. The private security firm, Ombre, also said that an attack by Somali pirates was underway. The firm said the attack targeted a Malta-flagged tanker heading for Sika, India, to Durban, South Africa. Somali pirates have been reported as operating in the area in recent days and to have seized an Iranian fishing boat to use as a base of operations. I'm Karen Shamas.
The Bank of England holding Britain's key interest rate at 4%. Inflation in the UK still running markedly above the central bank's target rate for cutting interest rates. News and analysis, townhall.com. Questions about the future of biofuels took a swipe at the bottom line of one of the world's largest multinational food processors.
Archer Daniels Midland reported a steep decline in the third quarter crushing profits, down 93% year over year to just $13 million. That dragged down AMD's Ag Services and Oilseed segment operating profits to $379 million. That was a 21% decline. Weak margins being blamed on deferred biofuel policy and shaky global trade flows. Bob Agnew reporting.
President Trump has celebrated his economic achievements on the anniversary of his election victory. Speaking at the America Business Forum in Miami the other day, Mr. Trump said that the U.S. economy is thriving, although some voters did express concerns about affordability in this week's elections. The president says that Republicans should be talking more about their economic achievements. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder. Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Thursday, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
One day closer to another freaking weekend.
Yeah, another nice sunny morning.
Yeah. Chilly one.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be like again in the 80s today. So.
Mm-hmm. It's been a weird weather week. It's like, starts out just like in the mid to upper 30s, very chilly, see your own breath kind of weather. By the end of the day, you're like, what do I do with all this jacketry that I have?
You get to wear your whole wardrobe in one day.
In one whole day, you're long sleeve tees in the morning and rolling them up in the afternoon.
Yeah. Although this morning, not as cold as one would expect. It's 42 out.
We've broken 40. It was 39 when I got my car this morning. So.
According to the old National Weather Service, right now 42.
Mm-hmm.
Fair, to be fair.
To be fair.
But happy Thursday. Of course, we will have football action Saturday.
Yes.
I think we're doing video. Everyone says we got permission, but no one's told me yes for sure. So I'm going to say we're doing video Saturday.
All right. we're gonna err on the side of boldness and say, we got video.
Yeah, I mean I heard we have rights, and then
we're gonna put GoPros on the players' helmets. That's the level of depth we're going.
That's right. Cavity search all around.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Kidney cams.
Did a little Robert Stack from Beavis and Butthead Do America. Full body cavity searches. No. What did you say? Something hard and deep. No, not that. But I think that's the plan. I mean, I heard we got allowed to do it, so I think we're doing it.
Yes.
I've heard we're not doing it. So, but that'll be at 1:00 Saturday. Right here, the game will be on the radio right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. That'll be a change of programming. Normally we have Goddard football broadcasts on La Pantera, but since Roswell's off, and people get mad when you put things that's not music on music stations.
Yeah.
And so we tried to not do that as much as possible. So that's why we brought it over to 106.5 here. And of course, the Chris's will be calling the matchup for you. So all that will be normal. It'll just be on 106.5 as opposed to 106.1. So just double on, kicks down the dial there. So
literally like just 0.3 frequencies up.
Yeah. There you go. If you spin too fast, you'll miss it.
0.4.
I kind of miss the old school car radios that had the button preset.
Oh yeah, the clicks.
Oh yeah, I love those.
Yeah, old school technology had very satisfying button work.
Yeah.
Like I've been watching stuff about like 90s, early video game and or like computer tech.
Mm-hmm.
And all of it had very satisfying button presses.
It was even better in the 70s.
Or clicky clacky keys.
Like to this day, I'm like, why do we move the high beams off the floor? I loved that little high beam button.
Now that is maybe, and I've heard you say this argument several times.
Love it.
And every time you say it, it makes you sound like the oldest person on the planet.
I don't care.
Because I'm sure you can harken back to a time when high beams were on the floor. But I don't ever remember seeing that.
Oh, it was.
And I was in a lot of vehicles growing up.
My first vehicle, 1978 Buick Regal. High beam on the floor.
It's too big of a change for people.
It's not,
especially if you're driving a manual with a clutch.
Me. Well, nobody is anymore. So it's even more of a reason to have it now. It is a better, more convenient way to do it, because literally your foot it's on your left foot sitting up there by where your hood bobber jobber is
comfortably,
but it's
right?
In a place where your foot, and you're driving down them back roads. You got that foot back there. You're like thump. Hands never leave the wheel. Eyes never leave the road.
Now, let me ask you something.
It's great.
How do you, in your current vehicle, activate or deactivate your high beams?
I got to take my hand off the wheel and flip the little lever forward or
You
back.
have to take your hand off the wheel to get to the lever that's just behind the wheel.
I have tiny hands.
Leave a thumb on the wheel, and you should have enough hand length to get to the...
It's not comfortable. It is not comfortable to me.
Like
it's a bridge too far.
It's literally like I'll be driving. Here I am 10 and 2 because what I like to do is I rest my thumbs on like Batman. You know how they have like the Batman part of the wheel.
Yeah.
So I'll rest my thumbs there, and it's literally just that's all I have to do. This is so much easier than moving a foot.
You drive a clown car.
Yes, I do.
It's this big.
I agree. Everything is super within reach, and I like it that way.
Trust me.
Nobody asked you to drive a semi-truck, Bubba.
I don't drive a semi-truck. It's a Jeep. But trust me, once you try it, you don't go back. It's just...
it sounds like it's more satisfying.
It's
like
backwards technology.
The button of it all.
It needs to go back on the floor. Bring high beam button back to the floor. I want to start that trend.
I feel like this is the argument that started the creation of the Cybertruck.
Yeah.
Like somebody was just sitting like things should be like they used to be. Stainless steel body panels.
I want a DeLorean, but a truck.
Bulletproof, quote unquote, doors.
I want a car that was a massive failure, but kind of popular because of a movie. I want to make our trucks look like that.
I'd like a car that could cut my finger off if I'm packing for a vacation.
But high beam, floorboard.
That's
delightful.
That's crazy business.
Delightful.
Like, I don't even know when that technology was phased out. But there's got to be a reason that
in the 80s.
Yeah, and back then, now, in fairness, back then, a lot more people drove vehicles, manual transmission vehicles, so they had the clutch. And so that seems like a safety precaution because you're already needing your left foot for your clutch. So take out the headlights and put them up here.
Well, what's your left foot doing now? Is it crocheting down there?
It's comfy. It's kicked up.
It's literally where you put your left foot is where the button is.
Well, the way my car...
So it's just there anyway.
I have a prop up where my wheel would be because, again, clown car. So that's where my foot rests, and it deserves the rest.
Well, then put
my
the button
left
there.
foot does a lot of work. It's doing the majority of the work in my body. It deserves the rest it gets.
Trust
when I'm
me,
driving.
you're pushing back, but once you try it, you'll be like, Mike's right. This is delightful. It's so convenient.
Again, because of the physical button press of it all, I would agree. I would agree that it would be a neat.
Yeah.
It would be a neat feature for like a week, and then I'd just get over it. It's the same thing, but I will say, like with
Oh ye of little faith.
Oh me of little car. I do like how low tech my car is because there's actual buttons to push.
Well,
I have a touch screen, but there's buttons that I can push instead.
I'm not pushing high technology here. This was invented back, before, whenever high beams were, I'm guessing. I have no idea. But, yeah.
It feels like a bit of a step back, too.
No.
Because, what if, I don't know, what if you're listening to a jaunty tune and you just want to tap your foot? Next thing you know, you're flashing your headlights as you're driving down the road.
Well, be a little more paying attentive. Move your foot slightly to the left or right, and then
besides, you know how fun it was to drive to music back in the 50s.
So go to the left or right of the button. You'll be fine. And to be honest, if you're tapping as hard as it takes to mash that button, you need to maybe see, that's the beauty of it.
Right there. It's harder to push the button.
No, I say
it's
that.
so much easier to flick.
It is harder to accidentally push.
Okay.
It's a easy button, but it's a sound button.
This is my other argument.
You've got to go click, click.
How often are you 10 and 2 in it?
Rarely.
Exactly. So you're like, I have to take my hand off the wheel. Put your other hand on the wheel.
However, when I'm at night and I'm in a back road and I'm constantly flashing
Which
high beams.
always happens.
Actually, growing up, it happened a lot. In the place when I had a button one.
Right.
Trust me, in the place where I needed one, it was great. But in all fairness, when I'm in that mode, I am 10 and 2 because I'm conscious of me having to take the high beams off.
That's fair. When I'm night driving, I do tend to be 10 and 2.
Yeah.
Daytime, you might find me with a knee at like 540.
I'm the one guy, the one hand guy up on the top guy. That's always
yeah.
And then I do that move, the turn.
One-handed.
I used to get in trouble for that all the time. I still do it.
What I'm more susceptible to is just one hand resting on my leg, resting on the bottom of the steering wheel.
Yeah.
That's, it's
remember,
a comfort move.
I remember my dad taught me to drive with his knees. Problem was, I'm a lot smaller than my dad. My knees, I had to like he had a belly to kind of keep him up to the knee. Yeah, I remember, when I was like a 15-year-old kid, he's like, "Here's how you drive with your knees, son." And
that's one of the best parts about being a fat guy. You can take your phone, stuff it under this flap. You got a knee at about 6'35". You're cruising down the road. Then you got your hands free, for one of these jobs.
Yeah. So, anyway, trust me. All I'm saying,
I got a burger in one hand, a soda in the other. I mean,
go find someone with a big 70s car and ask them to drive it, because I'm sure that car has the high beams on
I
the
know a lady who's got a classic automobile, and I would reckon it probably has the feature.
Yeah, pretty much
of
any
which
car
you
from
speak.
the 70s is going to have it. Early 80s probably as well. Just to let you know. We got to get the hour going.
You do that. I'm going to Google something just because I'm curious.
All right. About buttons?
Yes.
We're going to replay our interview this hour. We had Sandy Correa join us with Community Methodist Church talking about their big fall festival on Saturday. So we're going to play that interview for you here in mere moments. In the 8 o'clock hour, about 8:15, we're going to be joined in studio by gubernatorial candidate Ken Miyagashima. I believe he had a little town hall meeting last night here in town, or a question-answer session. So we will chit-chat with him this morning before he heads out of town. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, about 9:15, Crystal Noble with the Roswell Humane Society will join us, give us an update on pets looking for homes and homes looking for pets and products in the thrift store looking for homes that raise money for the pets. So we'll talk all about that with Crystal in the 9 o'clock hour.
Well, okay, so it was phased out in the 1980s.
Okay.
But apparently there are companies who still sell the Switch, and you can have it installed if it's something that you so desire. But I'm looking at the button, and I'm like, this is also, the parking brake is down here, which that again does seem convenient. But you got your handle here. That's just as convenient. Like I don't find myself using my parking brake as often as I find myself just using the e-brake.
Again, I think that goes back to stick times.
Stick times. Yeah, they were going to call it stick times, but Shoresy just seemed like a better name.
I want some sticks.
Some gloves.
Chocolate sticks. Some drumsticks. You got to know the lingo. 7:18. While you hear the weather, I'm going to look for sticks. I know there's none here, though. So I'll be looking. It's a fruitless look. Here's your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Good-looking weekend coming up. We'll be in the low to mid-80s for the afternoon high today. Lots of sunshine. High pressure will stay parked over our area for a while. Low to mid-40s and clear for the overnight hours. And then it looks like we'll stay in the 70s on Friday. Should be a sunny day. Upper 70s and low 80s and sunny on Saturday. Cooler on Sunday, about 60 and sunny. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 42 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity's at 60%. Winds currently out of the northwest at 6 miles per hour. Low 80s today, sunny skies. 82 are expected high. Winds will be out of the southeast, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear skies. Looking at an overnight low of 46 with west winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. A little bit cooler for Friday, mid-70s. Sunny and 76. With north winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Looking at the weekend, on Saturday, sunny 79 for a high. Northwest winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Sunny on Sunday and cooler. Now they're saying we're going to get maybe near 60. They're saying our high on Sunday now is 59. And then mid-60s on Monday. So weekend, definitely Saturday looking nice, but might be a little chilly on Sunday here. So first full-on fall-like feel for Sunday maybe, or late fall feel. I don't know. But anyway, it's going to be cooler. All right, let's see. It is 20 minutes after 7 o'clock. Let's go ahead and take about a 3.5-minute break, and then we're going to play our interview we had with Sandy Correa from Community Methodist Church talking about Fall Festival this Saturday. That's up next. Don't go away.
At Richland Motors, it's never been easier to sell or trade your current car, truck, or SUV for a newer model to hit the road in. Even if you don't purchase from Richland, they want to buy your vehicle for top dollar. But if you do buy from Richland, don't forget, they're the home of the powertrain warranty for life. That's a whole lot of confidence for you. See Richland for details, 2nd and Sycamore, and 1309 Southeast Main.
Injury, surgery, or illness can set you back, but you don't have to recover alone. At Artesia General Hospital, our rehabilitation services team provides physical, occupational, and speech therapy to help you regain strength, mobility, and confidence. Take the next step toward recovery. Call 575-736-8174 today to schedule an appointment and get back to living life to the fullest.
This is Melanie from Glenn's Furniture, and I'm here to tell you watching the game from a sorry recliner is not how life should be enjoyed. You could have a power recliner with an adjustable headrest in your favorite spot right now. American built and a solid guarantee are the reasons we stand behind our recliners, and you can be confident in the service we provide. So pull your backsides from that old chair and cheer for your team in style. Come down and see us at Glenn's on the corner of Union and Alameda, where delivery is free since 1953.
When you or a loved one need medical transport, Trans-Aero answers the call. Trans-Aero Medevac operates 3 rotorcraft bases and 1 fixed-wing base in southeastern New Mexico, allowing them to respond quickly to emergencies across diverse terrains. Their fleet extends coverage deep into New Mexico and West Texas, including Artesia, Carlsbad, Roswell, Ruidoso, Midland, Lubbock, and the surrounding areas. Ready to answer the call when every second counts. Trans-Aero Medevac, proudly serving southeastern New Mexico and West Texas. Flown for free, thanks to the partnership from the City of Artesia and Trans-Aero Medevac. Life support by air.
Looking to start, continue, or complete your higher education journey? Join the more than 6,000 fellow Greyhounds on their journey to student success. Eastern New Mexico University offers the most affordable higher education degree in the Southwest, and New Mexico residents can go to school tuition-free with the New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship. With online or in-person degrees, ENMU is the right choice for you. For more information, visit enmu.edu. ENMU, student success. That's what we're about.
The ultimate Wi-Fi experience is now available to you thanks to Smart Home Wi-Fi with Plateau. Get fiber-to-home technology 100 times faster than average household internet speed. Plateau has multiple plans and options to fit your family. With Fast, get true 100 megs per second download and upload speed. With Faster, get true 500 megs of download and upload speeds. And with Fastest, you get 1 gig. Learn more at plateautel.com. Get the speed you need with Plateau. Tried, true, trusted.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Sigmund Freud once believed that cocaine could be used to help treat a morphine addiction. Mike used bacon to get over his addiction to beef. Here's Mike Winters.
Joining us in studio this morning, wearing her Community Methodist hat today.
Yes.
Sandy Correa back with us. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing great. How about yourself?
Hanging in there.
Although you could have come in this last hour too and done Walker with Doug.
Doug wasn't even thinking.
Yeah. That's all right. That's all right. You got to sleep in just a little bit.
No, I was at work already.
Oh, sorry. Sorry about that. But of course, before we talk about this weekend, how's life at Community Methodist Church? How are things going? And
we're steady.
Yeah.
And it's been good, and it's just good to see God working in our lives.
Absolutely.
And it's just a blessing to be there. You know, we're at Westminster. Westminster lets us use their sanctuary.
Yeah.
And
West 4th Street there,
2801.
2801 West 4th. It's a beautiful church.
It is. It's absolutely. In fact, I took a picture of the cross with the light hitting the sidewalls. Mm-hmm. And didn't get anything in the fair. I'm so disappointed. But
that's one of those rooms I literally just like. you sit there and you look up at the wood ceiling and the curvature, and you just, I don't know, it just evokes peace. It evokes peace.
It does. It truly does.
Mhm.
So, but I'm going to be donating that picture to the church because it's something they never see because it's at certain times their church service is at 9:30 and they don't get the same
The light
reflection.
isn't,
So, but yeah, it's a beautiful place for us to be able to worship, and we're so thankful for Tom and them to let us worship there.
And that's awesome they do that because I know like they've done this before that. The ministries,
Is it the Victory?
Victory.
Yeah.
Yes, they were home to there prior. So
Mhm.
he loves kind of giving other churches an opportunity to grow their legs a little bit.
Exactly. And Tom has rescued. I don't know. He's got some cats that were just tossed out. They were indoor cats, so he's looking for homes for these two cats. It's a mom and her kitten, and they were just tossed. So if anybody wants a cat, get a hold of Tom Blake.
Good deal.
Because he's looking for a home for them.
Well, and Tom's got a busy day.
Yes.
Because that's Saturday, because the Veterans Day Assembly, which will be on the courthouse lawn at 9 a.m., Tom Blake will be on playing music with us. I just found out he's confirmed for that. And of course,
good.
I imagine he's going to be popping in at the Fall Festival
I'm
afternoon.
Sure. He always comes and checks on us.
So he's going to have a busy day on Saturday.
Yeah, he is. So,
But yes, we would. I know. If you aren't fall festivaled out, or you saying, you know what, I got another chance to come and have some fun, then Community Methodist Church said, we're gonna go. We'll do our fall festival the next weekend.
Yes.
And that way, when everyone's, you don't have to fight and struggle to pick which ones you go to.
No.
We'll just do it when all the others are done, and we can come and have a fall festival a week later in the fall.
And it's a true old-fashioned fall festival. So it's it was a success last year.
Yeah.
We had about 150 people come through and had a blast. That looks like the weather's going to be perfect.
I think 82 on Saturday.
82 on Saturday. So we
short
have
sleeve weather for the afternoon.
We have some outdoor stuff, but we have indoor stuff. We're going to have a cakewalk.
Okay.
And the cakewalk was a huge success last year, and people were like, "Yay, this is cool!"
What always makes me laugh with cakewalks is like when the kids participate.
Yes.
And they think for a hot minute that whole cake's going to be theirs until mom or dad says, "Yeah, right."
Exactly. And we're going to have hot dogs and it's just, we're so blessed. Our sister church up in Riadosa, their cooks are going to be there cooking the hot dogs.
So they're on the grill.
They're on the grill, and we're just looking forward to that. And then with big shout out to Harvest Ministries, they're supplying the hot dogs.
Oh, very nice.
And and the cakes.
Oh, great.
So the cakes and pies. So
excellent.
The community. That's what I love about the name of our church, community.
Yeah.
Because we involve the community.
Excellent. I'm assuming you can get tickets for the cakewalk at the event there.
They just walk in and they can just
pick them up right there at the beginning. Excellent.
So we're going to have music. They're going to walk around in the circle. It's so much fun to watch the little kids.
Oh, yeah,
like you said, they are hysterical. And it's like, and when they stop and they're going, and they get the number, it's just so much fun.
And it's always fun to to see the first one or two.
Yeah.
Because the decision making on which cake they're trying to pick, and then sometimes they've got a parent or brother or sister in their ear, grab the coconut one,
whatever it is. Exactly.
And then they grab it and they start strutting away like, I got a whole cake, and then you see mom or dad going, you get a piece right now, you don't get the whole cake.
Exactly. And one of our other favorite games last year, and we're going to do it again, is candy corn bowling.
Oh, very good.
And it was another hit, especially with the little kids. It's a little ball, and the pins are candy corn.
Awesome.
They're about this high. And they
kind of like probably I don't know that this shows my age, but duck pin bowling.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think does anybody duck pin bowl anymore. I don't think those.
think so.
Those alleys exist, but
they
were basically bowling with smaller balls, and there's 3 of them, and the pins are smaller. And,
So, so we're just all excited about it, and we're also, going to spreading the word about Christ, and
absolutely,
and how
it's just a fun family afternoon.
It's a fun-filled afternoon, and like I said, I'm so glad the weather's going to be perfect.
Absolutely, and so it'll be 1 to 3. And the great part about it, right there where the church is, it's right there next to the park and all that. So there's plenty of room for folks to spread out and kind of, if you just want to, make an afternoon out there, come and participate, and then go maybe have a picnic out in the grass out there.
Go watch the disc golfers,
Watch out, don't get hit.
Don't get hit, yes. Yeah, and that's become very popular over in that area, which is a good thing. So,
well, and that sport's caught on because that disc golf's been there as long as I've been here, and I've been here 20 plus years.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people, and then disc golf has gotten popular. In
It
the last
has
10
gotten
years.
popular, yeah.
But they've had that course there as long as I can remember.
It's been, I know it's been here because I've been back home for 25.
Yeah.
So, which is hard to believe. I kept coming back. So, it's.
But yeah,
we're looking for a blessed time, you know, and bringing people to Christ, and you know, but we just want people just to come and just feel that love.
Just come and enjoy some family socials,
and find out who we are.
Yeah. And if you're looking for a church home, then you come. It's a growing church. It's a very, like you say, community, close knit organization, a family.
Yes.
As much as a church family as anything else, we're a small enough congregation where you can call them up and say hi.
There you go.
Let's get together for a social.
You know, because we've I think the last time we've started a devotion group with us, you know,
excellent.
and great turnout. We do it once the third Saturday.
Okay.
And anybody's welcome to come. We usually have a potluck dinner. Last month I decided, let's just do a dessert bar. So we had all kinds of desserts. It's like,
nothing wrong with
eat
it.
dessert first before dinner. You know, make your soul happy.
There you go.
So
absolutely.
So and right now we're in the book of Jude, and it is phenomenal. It's a book that you don't know about. It's only one chapter. It's right before the book of Revelation, and boy, howdy! I mean, it's just like
it's packed.
It's packed. It is so packed. So we just
and that's why I really encourage folks if they really to attend a Bible study class or something, because I mean let's face it, it is the most common, most popular, most most known book on the planet.
Yeah.
But people have spent lifetimes understanding it and studying it, and we still are uncovering, understanding, learning, interpreting new ways and new things and that's the beauty of Bible study is you read it, you get your own interpretation, and then someone else reads it, gets a totally different, and neither one of you are necessarily wrong, if that makes sense. That's the beauty of Bible study.
It's true, and in this type of study that we're doing right now, we read from different versions, like the Revised Standard or the King James or the Revised King James and NIV, all the different, and to hear the different interpretations, but the similarities of them.
Sure.
And because we are Bible-based, we believe what the Bible says. It is the Word of God. It shouldn't be transformed in any other way, and not to meet society. It's society to meet what is in that book, and to find the love of God and Christ and the Holy Spirit into your world.
Absolutely.
And when you start reading that, it's a different. You are transformed.
Sure.
You are literally physically and mentally transformed. And I've been working on that myself because prayer has not been one of my strong suits. But now I find myself never ceasing to pray.
More comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And being,
that makes sense.
And not go find a prayer because when we were opening church service or whatever, I've just, it's what comes directly from my heart.
And then let's face it, the Bible's written in not a language that we speak every day. It is spoken in a much more poetic or an older version of English, and it's a lot of it's no different than in high school when you're teaching you Shakespeare. It's it's a beautiful story, but they're not even though it's English, it's not necessarily the same language.
Yes, definitely.
And I understand that you read it, it's like, I read every word, I don't know what it means. How does that, and that's why Bible study is so great, because and you can do it in a format that is judgment free. We're all here to learn. We're all here to evolve. And
definitely.
And to be honest, once you understand the true meaning of the message, then you kind of have the better, and you might offer insight that someone wouldn't have looked at it from that angle, and that's the beauty of Bible study.
That is, and it is just, I've just found myself, I've been transforming a lot lately, and because I've been digging deeper than I typically would, and here I'm leading the church.
Sure.
I mean, I'm a certified lay minister trying to decide if I want to do the deacon elder thing right now. So that is where it is at the moment. But
and I would imagine, it's a difficult, because as a head of a church, you serve a lot of roles, and one of them, and I think this is probably the more important one, is that mentor type.
Yes.
I mean, yes, you're the theologian, you're the spiritual guide leader, but and all that's incorporated in that. I think at the end of the day, the most important of that is how do you connect to the people and how do you make the people connect closer to God?
Right.
And if it's through scrolls of books and data, then so be it. Or if it's, two people talking over a cupcake, then whatever that is, that it is.
It is, yeah. Because I just got finished being recertified and had to go through these 10 classes, and one of them was over a 4-day period.
Yeah.
There were 7 classes, very intense, and then the others were on preaching and our sacraments and just on the Bible itself.
Sure.
And so it was a great challenge for me to do this. And of course, our sister church up in Ruidoso, they support us so much. Dustin, who's oversees everything, and he's just been a blessing to our church. So their whole church they've been a blessing to us.
And they've really been that, giving you the ability to, to set up a Roswell community branch, basic church here.
Yeah. And it's, we're just so blessed. We're blessed with the community of Roswell. And it's just the things that we believe in. We worship passionately. We are loving extravagantly, and then we want to be bold witnesses.
It's really an opportunity to say, hey, we're here to celebrate and to learn and to grow better under God. And that's the only point of this church. And we focus on the Bible. The Bible is our word of God. It is what we live our lives by.
Yeah.
And everything that's outside of that, we tend to steer clear of. We just kind of focus in on this. And to be honest, that's kind of, like you said, you're a church home in another church.
Yeah.
It's literally just a collective group of people that want to become closer to God. And if that sounds like what you're looking for.
We're looking for,
That's the opportunity.
Because it's a sad state here, just in Roswell alone. You've got about 52% unchurched in this city, and there's a church every corner.
And it's very easy to get into church politics, and that dissuades people or creates a disconnect sometimes. And maybe if you're going through that and you're just tired of that rigmarole, I'm saying you just want to meet a group of people that are really just hanging out in a small church trying to get closer to God. Then I think you found your niche.
Place.
Yeah, you found your niche. And just trying to cut through the mustard and connect to God.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that's what it's about.
That's what it's all about.
Yep.
Exactly.
So come out Saturday.
Come out
your
Saturday.
Family. Come and eat more hot dogs than you probably should have.
Exactly. we got a wonderful cook. Dave Powers cooking them, and his group is, doing all the fixings that go with it. And
come play some games.
And just come feel the love of God.
The afternoon should be beautiful, so you can come out and maybe shorts it. Maybe, if not, whatever.
Yeah. And we're giving, for the kids that come in, we got little goodie bags and that have candy and little prizes in them. But then they get a prize because we're going to have the fish thing, the pole where they tug on it,
Yeah.
And we've got things to go with that. We have a little rubber ducky pond that they can pick out, and they get a piece of candy or something.
Yeah.
So,
think of like little carnival games and just like a carnival of fun with a picnic and fellowship. And just come and meet and chat and learn about each other and make some friends. And then, of course, we'd love to see you on Sunday.
If possible. Yep, we're at 11 o'clock. We bypass Westminster. They come out at 10:30.
They got the...
they're at 9. Theirs is 9:30 to 10:30, and ours is at 11 to 12.
Ships passing in the night.
And then and we have coffee, whatever the goodies are, and stuff like. And it's great fellowship, know. And we'll probably do a combined service like we did for Christmas.
That's it.
Last year.
Like maybe do a have the coffee and cookies in between the two services or something.
Well, what we did for Christmas Eve last year was we just combined the services and then and we just had great fellowship. And it was funny because I did it the Methodist way, Tom did it the Presbyterian. We combined it, and it worked, and it was good. It was good timing. But at the end of the
day, we all celebrating God and celebrating the Bible and celebrating the reason why we celebrate Christmas.
Yep, exactly.
And the true meaning behind it.
Yeah. So, like I said, it's just, but yes, definitely 1 to 3.
Come out, ready to have fun. Yeah. Bring the kids, bring the family. It is a family-friendly event, so come on out. Be ready to eat. Be ready to have fun. Be ready to talk, to mingle, to meet other people. And enjoy a beautiful afternoon in the park. Basically.
And the best blessing was to run out of hot dogs and all the cakes.
There you go. 2801 West 4th Street.
Yes.
There, where Westminster Presbyterian Church. There in the the field and everything by the church
in the fellowship hall. Yeah,
in the fellowship hall there, right? What is you back? I used to live over in those apartments many years ago, and then it used to be a Masonic temple that was right across the hall.
Yes, it was,
that.
and
now
now. It's another church.
Is it another?
I don't
church?
know. Yeah, it's like we kind of have.
I lived in those apartments for when I first moved to Roswell. When my wife and I were dating and eventually got married. That's where we lived. So
yeah.
There you go. So I know that was a Ramada Inn. That's now like a roadway inn or something.
It's a roadway.
But it was Ramada back then, and I had a little dog. I'd take her back. I know that area well.
Yes,
go out to the park. So,
there you go.
But come out to Community Methodist Church second annual Fall Festival.
Yes, we can say that now. Yes, second.
This Saturday from 1 to 3 there at the park right next to Westminster Presbyterian Church. Come join us, 2801 West 4th Street, 1 to 3. Bring the kids, bring the family.
Yep.
And that's it. You don't need to bring anything else except willingness to eat, willingness to talk, and willingness to have some fun.
And have some fun. Yeah. There you go.
Come play games, come win prizes.
Do the old-fashioned thing for a change.
Come win a cake.
Win a cake.
Yeah, all that good stuff. So, and if folks have any questions, I know you can go to Community Methodist Church Roswell on Facebook.
Yes.
That's a great resource for things. Do you guys have a website too they go to?
No, we don't have a website, but they can text me.
Okay.
That's 575-626-9983.
Okay.
And that would.
But basically on Facebook, just search Community Methodist Church Roswell
and reach out that way.
Pop right
that
up.
would be the best.
You'll see information about not only about this event but other things going on and stuff too. And just an invite to come.
There you go.
Come be a part of the family and get come like I said, come Saturday. And then maybe pop in Sunday morning for your first one. And
because I'm preaching Sunday.
All right.
Don't know what it is yet. Typical.
Well, she's going to be observing on Saturday.
There you go.
Reporting on Sunday.
You never know when it just inspires you and it hits and you just go for it, So.
Well, time with family and friends tend to spawn the lessons and the stories sometimes.
It does.
Yeah.
In fact, it happened to me in August. So I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. And then I had gone to a women's retreat up in Rio Dosa, and I ended up writing half my sermon up there. And so, it just
inspiration comes from everywhere, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. It does. So anyway,
and like I said, it's going to be a lot of fun this Saturday, and I hope that folks get a chance to come out and celebrate and come I would say if you're, and I get it, you get into the church grind and dealing with this, and they got that, and it gets very, it can get into a lot of stuff. And if you're kind of tired of that rigmarole to run around, give Community Methodist Church here in Roswell a try. It literally is a grassroots, just
truly is.
People that want to be closer to God, and we're figuring out a way to do it. And thanks to some great volunteers, people like you said, mentors in Rito, so Tom Blake and their church, you're able to, community theater. I know you guys.
We were there. That's where we started. That's where we started.
Thank you to them for helping.
We got
get
too big.
Get your feet wet there and doing that. It's been the community support doing that. So this is built of the community, from the community, by the community. This is. And it's like you said, grassroots, small town unit. Yes, we don't have an ornate church. We don't have, we don't have, fancy lights and windows or any of the, things.
No, we don't have a band. We don't even have screens. So
we don't have a church. We have a bar in a building. And,
there you go.
We have a church of people. That's what we have.
It. Hey, when two or more gather, there you go.
But we're growing and wanting to invite more to come and it's kind of. God without the filler, if that makes sense.
Exactly.
Yeah. God without all the filler.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go.
Just here to celebrate and learn about, learn from, and be as close to God as we can, or be like Him as we can be. We're never going to get there, but that's our aspiration.
That's our aspiration to do is be as perfect as we can.
Yep.
But then we know we're not, and Christ filled that for us.
Well, if we could, His job would be way easier.
Yes.
Like he could take a wee vacation. He could be like Bruce Almighty, take a vacation.
Oh man, that's a movie from the past. Okay, yes, but
oddly enough, I just saw it over the weekend. It was on CBS or TNT. I was flipping channels, and sure enough, Bruce Almighty was.
Oh my, that was a funny one too.
We could. We'd be all
there
like
you go.
Too,
Yes.
So. There you go. But till the meantime.
Yes, till the meantime. Yeah.
Come join us on Saturday for the Fall Festival.
Definitely.
Sandy, is there anything we missed? Any information that we wanted to share that we got sidetracked on?
No, I think we're good.
Good deal.
So appreciate you letting us
anytime
have the time.
And anything else, or even if there's no reason, just saying, hey, we're here. Don't forget about us.
I can do that.
Yeah. Or,
maybe bring some other people.
Yeah.
So,
or as if we get more people, like, hey, we got enough people that can sing now. We got a choir.
Exactly. Oh yeah, that would be really nice. It would help mine. I have to lead them in song too, so it's like you may not want to hear my voice.
Right,
You're already hearing it preaching. No.
Yeah. I'm a better hummer.
Well, I'm what they used to call the diva for sopranos. So there you go. So
I'm that guy. Okay, I'm a fan of. Do you remember Mr. Bean, the TV show, the Mr. Bean?
Oh yes.
British comedy. But there's one of the Mr. Beans that makes me laugh, and he's in church, and they're singing Hallelujah.
Yes.
But he doesn't know all the words except for the Hallelujah part. And that's me in church. I'm like, hallelujah. That's me.
Yeah, there you go. That's why we have hymnals. Yes, I remember that. Yes,
that's my move at church.
He is hysterical.
Yeah.
That British sidestep humor that you have to have the warped sense of humor to understand it.
Yeah.
There you go. And
to this day, I'm still impressed. If you've never seen this bit he did, where he goes to the beach, and there's no dressing rooms for the beach.
Yes.
And he's in his bathing suit is underneath his is not underneath his suit.
Right.
So he literally figures out a way to put his bathing suit on over his suit to remove his suit while not removing the bathing suit.
Right.
And I don't know how it's impressive.
It's impressive to watch to do it. Yes, yeah. Then the other one that I get really when he did the drum thing. I was like, how is he doing that? Okay, but it was funny. I was like, okay.
I think in real life, like I read that Rowan Atkinson, the actor, is like uber genius. He's got like an IQ of 178.
Something
he's a
like
very
that.
intelligent man, and he's just the comedy proves it to me. I mean, it's brilliant comedy,
and it makes you laugh. It makes you feel good,
and it's all generations and timeless. Like I don't care if you're 20 or 12. If it was 20-year-old comedy or yesterday, you're laughing with your teeth out just as hard.
It's kind of like Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz and I Love Lucy or something. It's like classic humor and so
Yep,
so.
it's a blessing to have that.
It is.
One of God's other miracles.
That's it, And he does have a sense of humor, by the way.
Well, based on characters like me roaming the earth, I'm pretty sure he does. A few other folks I know.
Oh, yeah, he does have a sense of humor. I don't know how many times I'm going, okay, you're just, all right, and you find yourself laughing at yourself. It's okay.
If you can't, who else is going to?
I know, exactly.
Excellent. Well, Sandy, thank you as always. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. And I'm glad to be here.
Anytime and anythime else we can have. And I'm sure you got a few fires to put out, so we'll let you do that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
It's a busy day. Everyone's got to go vote.
Yeah, I got to go vote and go back to work. So,
Actually, that's on my tap today, too. I didn't early vote this year, and I don't know why.
I don't early vote.
I
never have early vote. I can't. I'm like, there's too many things that happen.
I get it.
And I just like.
And maybe that was it this year. I was kind of like, I really want to, see how this plays out. And,
part of me thinks they just ought to have a federal shutdown, just for that purpose.
Yeah. School's closed today. That's a start, I guess. I never got to experience that.
I neither did I.
Maybe once I did when I was like in middle school, but now normally.
I never did. Yeah. So, oh well, but it is important. Go out and vote.
Go vote.
So absolutely. It is important. That is a definite a right that we just earned.
Yes. Vote early and often. No.
Yeah.
Just once. Just once.
Right. Just once. Yes.
We'll see you next time.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
It is.
Now for your Pecos Valley news update. I'm Jared Cirillo. Criminal charges now filed in a 2021 murder case out of Roswell. RPD says 22-year-old Miguel Angel Ramirez Gallegos is charged with tampering with evidence for disposing of the gun that he's accused of using to kill 18-year-old David Gonzalez on December 26, 2021. The killing happened in the parking lot of the Saddle Creek Apartments in the 1900 block of South Sunset Avenue. A second victim, Ramirez Gallegos' girlfriend, was also wounded in the hand and sought treatment at a local hospital. RPD says the case stemmed from drug-related criminal activity. Ramirez Gallegos is already in federal custody for an unrelated case. The Artesia Public Library is doing their holiday cards for the Troops event. You can sign one of the cards at the library or bring your own. It's a chance to leave an encouraging message for our troops who are away from their loved ones over the holidays. The last day to sign the cards will be November 22nd. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello.
For decades, science fiction has promised us robots, not the clunky security robots that patrol malls, and not the industrial robotic arms in auto assembly plants. I'm talking about human-shaped walking domestic helpers, and 2026 may be the year. I'm Kim Commando for SimpliSafe. Black Friday's coming. Save 60% on a new system at simplysafekim.com. There's no safe like SimpliSafe. We first saw domestic robots in the 1962 cartoon, The Jetsons. A more realistic one appeared when Robin Williams played a warm-hearted family robot in Bicentennial Man. While Elon Musk has been working on his robots, a company called 1X has introduced its domestic robot called Neo. Videos show it taking out the trash and other basic household jobs. He's 5'6" and costs $20,000. It's on sale now, but Neo only has 4 hours of battery life. And before buying, I suggest watching the Will Smith movie iRobot. Maybe you don't want one at any price. Today, you must be tech ahead. Be sure to get my free newsletter at getkim.com. If you've ever worried about the safety of your home, you need to hear this. SimpliSafe is giving my listeners early access to their Black Friday sale. SimpliSafe is the only security you should trust to keep your home safe. Typical security systems don't prevent someone from entering your home. They just react once someone is already inside. Real security stops a crime before it even starts. That's why over 4 million Americans trust SimpliSafe. SimpliSafe takes action before a criminal gets into your home. The moment someone steps onto your property, AI security cameras identify the threat and alert SimpliSafe's live agents. These agents take action immediately, confronting the criminal, and if they need to, trigger sirens and dispatch the police. SimpliSafe is like having your own personal security guard. And right now, you can take 60% off any new system with early access to SimpliSafe's Black Friday sale at simplysafekim.com. That's simplysafekim.com for 60% off. There's no safe like SimpliSafe.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Good-looking weekend coming up. We'll be in the low to mid-80s for the afternoon high today. Lots of sunshine. High pressure will stay parked over our area for a while. Low to mid-40s and clear for the overnight hours. And then it looks like we'll stay in the 70s on Friday. Should be a sunny day. Upper 70s and low 80s and sunny on Saturday. Cooler on Sunday, about 60 and sunny. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
It's time for the Chavez County Sports Report. Well, it turns out the Sandia Prep Sun Devils finally got their revenge after 3 years of losing to NMMI, beating the Colts yesterday in the 3A semifinals by a 2-1 count. Sandia Prep, the second seed and hosting the game, finishes, doesn't finish the season. They're 17-4-1 now. They'll play number one Santa Fe Prep in the championship, but NMMI season is over and the Colts finished with a 15-6 record. Overall, although these stats aren't complete for the season, the Colts got 17 goals from junior Wagner Ferreira Morado Cunha and 10 goals on the season from Daniel Dos Amantes Urbina. Both of those guys are juniors, so they'll both be back. NMMI had beaten Sandia Prep the last 2 years in the finals. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. The Federal Aviation Administration will reduce air traffic by 10% across 40 high-volume markets beginning Friday morning to maintain safety during the ongoing government shutdown. The UPS cargo plane crash at the company's global aviation hub in Kentucky will temporarily disrupt the supply chain and result in some shipping delays. UPS has not released any details about how many and what types of packages were on the plane. A majority of the U.S. Supreme Court justices seemed skeptical on Wednesday about President Donald Trump's ability to unilaterally impose far-reaching tariffs. 3 conservative justices raised questions about whether an emergency law gives the president near limitless power to set and change duties on imports. DoorDash reported higher than expected orders and revenue in the third quarter. The San Francisco-based delivery company said its total orders rose 21% to 776 million in the July through September period. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
All right, Mr. Gobbles, it's that time of year again. Got any last requests? What? You want a smoking deal on a new Ford or pre-owned vehicle? Mucho dinero for your trade? And your credit pardon? Well, you're gonna have to go to Roswell Ford.
Hey, Roswell Ford is talking real turkey with our most aggressive offers in more than 5 years. Right now, get massive savings on new Fords and quality pre-owned vehicles with 0% financing and no payments till February 2026. Plus, if you're making payments on your current vehicle and want out early, Roswell Ford will do whatever it takes to help you escape from your trade. Even if you owe thousands more than it's worth, worried that your credit is a little foul? Roswell Ford has partnered with more aggressive lenders who will push to approve your credit, even if it's less than perfect. All roads lead to huge American-made savings and a better buying experience. Get on board at Roswell Ford, 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com.
0 APR for 48 months is $20.83 per thousand finance. Interest accrues from date of sale. Subject to lender approval on select vehicles. Offers not combined.
Have you ever been to an escape room? Generally, there's a set of clues that you have to follow to find the prize to get out of the room. It's a mystery that has to be solved. Many things are learned along the way, but in the very best versions, you don't know the answer to the mystery until you find all the clues and find the prize. The Apostle Paul writes to the young Christians in Colossae about a mystery. What's great about this mystery is that you don't have to wait until the end of the story to know the answer. The Israelites were given hints or shadows of the mystery, but they didn't know the full story. Paul reminds them that the answer to the mystery is Christ in them. When Jesus came to this earth and died on the cross for our sins and rose 3 days later, he made known the mystery that has been taught from the beginning of time. Do you feel like you're missing something in your life and you don't know about this great mystery of Christ? Then we encourage you to join us and learn what's missing.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
In a medical emergency, every second counts. Artesia General Hospital's emergency department is open 24/7, staffed with highly trained professionals ready to provide life-saving care when you need it most. Don't wait. When minutes matter, trust Artesia General Hospital. Quality emergency care close to home. Learn more at artesiageneral.com.
What does it mean for a roofing contractor to have heart? How about braving a 24-hour road trip with a bad back and a 20-foot-long trailer through Interstate 40? You heard that right. A local business needed a new roof, but this business did not want just any roof. They desired a schoolhouse roof with red shingles. Well, we wanted to give our customers exactly what they were asking for. The only problem was that the red color of shingle they were looking for had been discontinued in our local region. But we didn't give up then. We were told by our supplier that the schoolhouse red color of shingle that we were looking for was still available in Arkansas. So we did what was expected of us and drove 24 hours, and we delivered on our promise. If you need a roofer who delivers on their promises, call Trustmark Roofing today at 575-755-7663.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
You can buy all the furniture you want, but can you accessorize? This is Melanie from Glenn's Furniture. Transform your home by adding chic lamps, accent chairs, and unique statement piece artwork everyone will love and appreciate. Why live with basic walls and no ambience? Turn boring into colorful and pull that design genius from the depths of your heart. Your home will thank you, and so will we. Come see us at Glenn's on the corner of Union and Alameda, where delivery is free since 1953.
Visit Bush Appliance in Roswell to see the Whirlpool washer with 2 ways to wash, thanks to the 2-in-1 removable agitator with a flexible capacity so you can take the agitator out for bulky loads or keep it in for items like jeans. Shop now at Bush Appliance in Roswell and get twice the washer that you have at home. Who you gonna call? Bush Appliance in Roswell. Stop by 111 West Country Club in Roswell or call 575-622-6390.
No static at all. Your new home for talk radio is KEND Roswell.
And we are closing in on 8 o'clock. Town Hall News is up next. We will be back on the other side of news. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. Former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says she will not run for re-election. The 85-year-old Democrat has represented San Francisco for close to 40 years. Her decision to step aside ahead of next year's midterm elections is not totally unexpected. She has been a fundraising champion for the Democrats, having raised an estimated $1 billion plus down through the decades. Starting tomorrow, the FAA will cut the number of flights at the busiest airports by 10%. It's due to staffing shortages amid the ongoing government shutdown.
FAA Administrator Brian Bedford says the reduction during the government shutdown will impact thousands of flights nationwide.
We're not going to wait for a safety problem to truly manifest itself when the early indicators are telling us we can take action today to prevent things from deteriorating.
There have been staffing shortages among air traffic controllers who've been working without a paycheck. Some have called in sick.
If the pressures continue to build, even after we take these measures, we'll come back and take additional measures.
Major airlines, aviation unions, and the travel industry have been urging Congress to end the shutdown. Ed Donahue, Washington.
A child among the 12 people killed in Tuesday's fiery crash of a UPS cargo plane in Louisville, Kentucky. Federal Air Safety Investigator Todd Inman says there's evidence that one of the plane's engines fell off prior to the crash.
I do believe that is the engine from the left side of the plane. It is actually on the airfield, so it's not off the airport property. That correlates with the video that we've seen of it detaching from the airplane while it is in flight.
Investigators have recovered the plane's flight data recorder as the search for victims of the aviation disaster goes on. Several people are still unaccounted for. Wall Street, the Dow down 176 points, NASDAQ off 135. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
Philippine President Marcos has declared a state of emergency after a powerful storm left at least 114 people dead, more than 100 missing in the country's central provinces.
Typhoon Kalmaegi dumped the equivalent of a month of rain on the island in just 24 hours, sending torrents of mud and debris down mountainsides and into urban areas. Video taken by residents showed scenes similar to those from a tsunami, with cars and shipping containers being churned and pulled along by the current. Nearly 500,000 people were forced to stay in emergency evacuation centres. Many more found shelter on whatever high ground they could reach.
The BBC's Jonathan Head. The Israeli military says Hamas has handed over remains believed to be of a deceased hostage to the Red Cross in Gaza. According to the military, the remains are being brought to Israeli forces to be returned to Israel. News and analysis at townhall.com. Japan has called up the military to fight an invasion of bears.
The large critters have terrorized residents in a number of areas and have been seen near schools, train stations, and even homes. 12 people have been killed, more than 100 injured in bear attacks across Japan since last April. The troops will set traps and assist local hunters, but will not use rifles. Why so many attacks? Experts say the bears are becoming bolder and venture closer to residential areas in search of food. Jason Walker reporting.
Shareholders of Tesla set to decide whether Elon Musk has a shot at becoming the world's first trillionaire. At an annual meeting in Austin, Texas, they'll be voting today on a new pay package for Musk, already the world's wealthiest man. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm, I'm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travelation, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
The Deuce.
The Deuce indeed of Mornings with Mike Winters right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Thursday.
Yes.
It is a weird week in terms of grasping what day of the week it is.
Just because the election was smack dab in the middle of it.
Tuesday, yeah, that
we got started, and then, well, let's take a day off, kids.
And then the daylight savings time going away still at the beginning of the weekend. I'm still kind of like I'm flummoxed by 5 o'clock darkness now. That's still.
I was out loud thinking yesterday, I wonder when I'm going to stop just adding an hour just randomly, like looking at the clock, be like, oh, it's 6:30.
I did that in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Like I was sleeping and I'm like, oh, it's 4 a.m. It would be 5 a.m. if it was last
week. should be 5. But it's not. And I'm sure at some point I'll just come around to it and this is just the time now. But for the first week and a half, it's just I'm gonna add an hour to things.
Yeah. Yeah, well, hopefully we'll slowly evolve.
It's just easier to justify it that way,
And then the weather being kind of nice, and then that's throwing a wrench in my head too. So
the leaves have no idea what to do. They're like, do we stay? Do we go? Do we change? What's happening right now?
Well, based on my official tree that I can see out my window,
the official tree,
yeah, I do see at the top some color change.
A bit of change in the color of the
some brownish reddish going on up there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but
it's starting.
It's getting there. But from what I've heard reports say is that the way that the weather has been, it's going to just happen and they're just going to fall. Like there's not going to be much. Ooh, look at that.
We're going to have like one weekend to go do fall, whatever that that whatever you call it, fall strolling. I don't know.
They call it leafing. And there are whole groups of leafers up in the Massachusetts and the New England area and stuff that go on leafing tours.
I feel like they got a lot of foliage up there.
It almost turns in that's like where it's you just go to that area to look at but it almost comes off like a slur. It's like, look at those leafers over there.
Yeah. Like if they had lawn people do lawn and leafers.
A bunch of lawn and leafers. We just like colors. What?
Although I feel like they make some kind of baked good. Leafers bread.
Leafers, right? This is our leafer loaf.
With a name like Leafers, it has to be good.
It's got nuts that have been foraged from our local trees. I started watching this. It just randomly popped up my algorithm on YouTube Shorts or whatever. But it's this woman who forages for food in suburbia, in communities.
Okay.
Like the trees that are still in our areas can still give you food that you can eat, like acorns and stuff like that.
I think I've seen a couple of those
It's very odd. She's like, yeah, take it. She's like, this is free food. And then there's I don't know if it's like her friend or whatever. This other chick just goes to the wooded area behind her house and forages mushrooms.
Yeah. I've seen some of that. And some of that's not, if you got to live in an area that has such things.
It feels like this dystopia is going to be a little more artisan, you know? Like we're probably going to be like in breadlines, but some of them have sourdough starters at home, you know?
Every generation has that type that likes to go in for it, and that's good. But this is the generation that you push buttons and people just show up with food.
That's true.
That will win over the foragers every day.
And that's literally the argument I had in my head when I was talking about the people that travel and spend hundreds of dollars to go look at leaves change. I'm like, I have a TV in my house that can produce colors that nature can't even fathom.
Yeah, it's never the same.
I know, but still, though. It's right there.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like the cruise ship thing. You know, I mean, you can see a picture looking at the open sea but if you're actually on the ship seeing it's a whole different experience.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same kind of deal.
You're also dealing with nausea.
No. It's not that. I mean, unless you're in like a storm, but, you know, it's not that bad.
I don't know, man.
I would argue you sleep better on a boat.
With the gentle rocking of the waves?
Yeah. I mean, not like Gilligan's Island in a 3-hour tour storm boat, but like a cruise ship? Yeah. Now, I have been on one of those cruise ships where we had a delay at one of the ports because someone had a medical deal and all that, so they got behind on their schedule. And so overnight, he kicked that bad boy up a notch to try to make up some lost time. And, well, not that, but like closet doors were opening.
Oh, man. See?
So I was like, oh, we're moving.
Yeah, I don't like the feeling of the ground beneath me moving. It's never a good sensation.
Now, the weird part is when you're on a boat for a week and then you get off on dry land and you get sea legs. That you ever experience that?
No, I have not.
That's odd because you just feel like you're still moving. Like I had that when I went to Durango last summer. We did the
train legs.
We did the train ride. Yeah, we did the old train ride, and it's a 3-hour up, 3 hours. So it's basically all day on a train.
It's a little older train too, so I'd imagine.
Yeah, it's the old steam train and a clackety clack, and you're going up the side of a mountain, and but that night when I lay down in bed at the hotel room, I literally thought I was still clickety clackety clickety clackety.
Kim, can you jostle me? I can't get to sleep unless I'm moving softly. Get one of those magic fingers beds.
Yeah, but it's a thing. So, but yeah, sea legs. It's kind of weird. So we do have a full hour. What?
Oh, I got the bad case of jum legs. When you combine gin and rum, it causes a sensation known as jum legs.
Oh, well, that's a whole different experience.
Oh, got my jum legs again. But yes.
Yes, we do have a full hour for you. Let me give you the rundown for this hour of the show. Of course, we'll get you up to date with the weather and all that here in just a minute. Then shortly thereafter, we're going to be joined in studio by a gubernatorial candidate. Ken Miyagishima is going to join us here in studio. He was in town for a little town hall Q&A last night, so we'll have a conversation with Ken here in just a few. Then later on in the hour, we'll get you up to date with news of the local variety, Wall Street business update, and whatever else we can come up with for this hour of the show. But first, let's take a look at that weather. Enjoy yesterday. That was like 82. We got kind of a mirror image of that, but things do cool down for the weekend.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Good-looking weekend coming up. We'll be in the low to mid-80s for the afternoon high today. Lots of sunshine. High pressure will stay parked over our area for a while. Low to mid-40s and clear for the overnight hours. And then it looks like we'll stay in the 70s on Friday. Should be a sunny day. Upper 70s and low 80s and sunny on Saturday. Cooler on Sunday, about 60 and sunny. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
There's nothing more magical than 80,000 cubic feet of hot air flying overhead.
Join us in Artesia, New Mexico for the 42nd annual Balloons and Tunes Festival, November 7th through the 9th. Friday kicks off with fun flights from local schools. Then Saturday and Sunday mornings, watch the skies fill with color as hot air balloons launch at dawn from Eagle Draw Park. Stick around for inflatable costume races, bounce houses, and even remote control balloons. Food and coffee trucks will keep you fueled for the fun. Saturday night, 5th and Texas comes alive at the Artesia Arts Council's Balloons, Bands, and Brews. With food trucks, local New Mexico brews, live music, and the Artesia High School Marching Band performing alongside balloon pilots in a fiery concert you won't forget. Admission is free, with only $10 entry into the beer garden. Plan your weekend getaway to Artesia, November 7th through the 9th for the Balloons and Tunes Festival. For more information, give us a call at 575-746-2744 or visit artesiachamber.com. Paid for by Artesia Lodgers Tax.
Hi, this is Dr. Keon at Carabelli Dental. If you're missing teeth or struggling with dentures, I want you to know there's a better way. It's called 3-on-6 Dental Implant Solutions. It's the most natural smile replacement ever. With 3-on-6, you don't just smile again, you eat again. Apples, steaks, whatever you love, you can eat it with confidence. And here's the kicker. Carabelli Dental is the only office in New Mexico and West Texas offering this advanced dental treatment. My team and I are experts in implants and in sedation. So while you relax, we will transform your smile. Call Carabelli Dental today and take back your smile and your bite.
Call 575-622-4455.
All right, Mr. Gobbles, it's that time of year again. Got any last requests? What? You want a smoking deal on a new Ford or pre-owned vehicle? Mucho dinero for your trade? And your credit pardon? Well, you're gonna have to go to Roswell Ford.
Hey, Roswell Ford is talking real turkey with our most aggressive offers in more than 5 years. Right now, get massive savings on new Fords and quality pre-owned vehicles with 0% financing and no payments till February 2026. Plus, if you're making payments on your current vehicle and want out early, Roswell Ford will do whatever it takes to help you escape from your trade. Even if you owe thousands more than it's worth, worried that your credit is a little foul? Roswell Ford has partnered with more aggressive lenders who will push to approve your credit, even if it's less than perfect. All roads lead to huge American-made savings and a better buying experience. Get on board at Roswell Ford, 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com.
0 APR for 48 months is $28.83 per thousand finance. Interest accrues from later sale. Subject to lender approval on select vehicles. Offers not combined.
Pecos Valley Broadcasting has immediate entry and experience level and radio and live stream video sales executive positions open in Artesia and Carlsbad. You'll work with our amazing team to build and maintain accounts and dive into advertising and marketing promotions. Experience in sales is preferred and bilingual opportunities are available. Base guarantee plus bonuses and commissions. Apply now. Email your details or resume to hireme@pvbcradio.com. Take your career to the next level with Pecos Valley Broadcasting, an equal opportunity employer.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The Goodyear Rubber Company researched and concluded that shoes wear out faster on the right foot than on the left. To fix this, just walk backwards for half the day. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 17 minutes after 8 o'clock, and joining us in the studio this morning, candidate for the state of New Mexico for governor here, hoping to get the Democratic nomination here, Ken Miyagishima, joining us in studio for the first time. I swear I got a chance to talk with you many years ago, but Ken, thank you for joining us here this morning. Appreciate the visit here.
Well, good morning, Mike, and good morning to your listeners. What do you call people from Roswell? Not Roswellians. What are they? How do you refer to them?
I've heard Roswellians.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, I think Roswellians is safe.
Oh, okay. Well, I just made that up.
There you go.
Good morning to Roswellians as well. But thank you for having me here. And it's possible. I do recall years ago, especially when I first got elected in 2007. So I was mayor of...
Yeah, this was back when you were mayor of Las Cruces.
Right, I was mayor of Las Cruces from 2007 to 2023. And I didn't run for a fifth 4-year term because I knew I wanted to run for governor, and I didn't think it was right to be holding office because, it's a full-time job, and then trying to run for governor, which is a full-time job.
Absolutely.
But I remember that time in 07, 08, around there was just a lot of interviews, so it's possible.
I just don't remember why we crossed paths, but we did cross paths. But it's glad to have you here. So let's like you said before, for folks not familiar, county commissioner there in Doñana County, then city council for Las Cruces, eventually mayor of Las Cruces, and of course been running for the governor seat here this term. And I believe you only had a term before too, didn't you?
No, I've never run for governor.
First time.
First statewide office. So just a little bit about myself, because people are going to wonder who are you? What are you? Usually I get people who ask me, what are you? Because they look at me. I remember one time I went to years ago to Las Vegas and I was wearing a Hawaiian shirt.
Okay.
And they go, what are you doing here? I go, what do you mean, what am I doing here? And he says, I'd be back in Hawaii. Well, I'm not from Hawaii.
You could blend into multicultural.
Yeah, exactly.
From native to Hispanic to Asian.
Interesting you say that. So my father was a Japanese American born in California.
Okay.
And my mom was Mexican Apache.
Okay.
Born
so
in
you've got check all the boxes.
and
You've got
born in
family,
Alamogordo.
You've got a foot in all of them. Yeah.
Right. And so my grandfather, on my mom's side, the Gallegos clan, they were one of the first settlers of the Tularosa Basin.
Okay.
So I grew up a little bit in Alamogordo, and then my dad, we moved to Las Cruces in '71.
Okay.
He had to. So let me go back even further. So he was actually interned in camp during World War II.
Okay.
So they took him out in 5th grade, and when they released him, he was 16 years old. He'd never been to Japan ever, but he decides to go, and they don't like him because he's American. So he saves money, comes back, gets his GED because he only had a 5th grade education, passes the whatever he needs to, joins the military. His first assignment is Alamogordo or Holloman Air Force Base in 1948 as an air traffic controller.
Okay.
He meets my grandfather, Juan Gallegos. They hit it off. About a year or so later, invites him to the house, meets my mom, and they get married in 1952, and they start a family. I'm the youngest. So they moved to different military bases. I was born at Keesler Air Force Base in Biloxi, Mississippi.
Okay.
And then we moved to Vandenberg Air Force Base, and then that's when he had to go overseas during 68, 69, came back, finished up his education. Then we moved to Las Cruces in 71.
Okay.
And so I grew up there ever since.
It sounds like you're kind of blessed with the opportunity of, we always talk about life as a military brat, but the flip side is you live in all parts of the world. You experience many different cultures, and you get a more worldly experience doing some of that sometimes.
Well, I only lived on one military base because, when we moved, I was just an infant.
Gotcha. So you don't remember much there.
Oh, no. Well, it's funny. I remember telling my mom, did you guys go to a picnic before you left to California? And there was I remember seeing a train going through these mountains, and and you guys had me on a table that was checkered board, red and white, and she looked at me in amazement. She says, there's no way you can remember that. But we did do that before we left. I had to have been 6 weeks old.
Wow. So,
but I remember I was thinking, what am I doing sitting here on a chair on the table and the train? It's crazy. I don't know. But anyway, so we went and then we moved back. And so I went to local public schools, graduated from New Mexico State, and I got my graduate degree at over there in El Paso at UTEP.
UTEP.
So that allowed me actually to be a college professor at New Mexico State.
Okay.
And I've had a business for 30 plus years. In fact, I actually have an office here in Roswell. So I come to Roswell, a fair amount of time.
Sure.
And then I've, politics has always been in my blood. I've served maybe 30 years in local office. So I feel I have a good, well-rounded perspective of things. I'm married. We have 4 adult children, and they're all doing fine, thank God. And we're just having a good time. And this is something here that I feel like I still have gas in the tank.
Sure.
And I've seen a lot of things that have worked, a lot of things that haven't worked, and I believe I could bring some of those resources to various cities and counties.
Sure.
If they choose to.
Sure.
I'm not here to try to bowl them over, but I don't know if you were aware, but there was a time we were ranked the number 1 best run city in the state 9 years in a row, and we were in the top 10 in the nation 8 years in a row. One year we were number 11. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is, I think we're a good resource, good resource for cities and counties if they want to, there's a lot of neat things that are going on here in Roswell. You've got, I think, good leadership. But if there's something else that they'd like to see, have you done water reclamation plants, or things of this nature, whatever it takes, a water desalination plant, geothermal power, all kinds of neat things.
I'm just was curious, and in this, I'm telling, I'm not telling you anything you don't know here. We here in southeast New Mexico are generally a more conservative portion of the state here. Cruces, the South in general is generally a little more conservative than the northern end of the state. So I'm just curious of your perspective on like the state of the state right now, like or what your opinion is on the state of New Mexico as a whole. what areas do you think we're doing well in? What areas are we really not doing? I mean, everyone around here's got their opinions, but just from your perspective, like on a scale, 1 to 10, just kind of, are we close? Are we way off? Or are we, just your opinion on how we are and where we should be?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I think we're about a 3.
Okay.
And let me just say this. Years ago, when I first ran for office was 1990. Ran for state rep. Almost won. Took 49.5%.
Mm-hmm.
I went to a campaign school for the Democratic campaign school. And I'll never forget, they had all these awards. It was the last day. They had these awards. And I noticed there was a plunger on the table. I thought, what in the world is a plunger doing on the table? So they're giving out awards, and they gave them all the nice awards away, and there was a plunger left. They actually called me up. They wanted to give me this award for being the most Republican candidate in a Democratic campaign
the Booby
school.
Prize award there.
Yeah, and
okay.
I thought, I'm not going to take this plunger. I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm a moderate. I
Gotcha.
consider myself a moderate on a lot of fiscal issues.
Sure.
Yeah, and I'm a pretty decent guy when it comes to social issues.
Right.
So I guess I just wanted to kind of clarify that a little bit.
Gotcha. Sure. It's like I'm a Democrat, but like you said, I'm to quote older folks, I'm like a 60s Democrat or whatever, that mindset.
It's funny you say that because I've had some older Republicans who tell me that I guess they would watch the Kennedy.
Yeah, like the Kennedy.
Yeah,
blue. Yeah.
I've never heard of called a blue dog Democrat.
Yeah. Okay.
I had never heard that before.
Yeah, I think it's
or a Texas Democrat. They
there
would
you
say.
go. It's a down south term.
Yeah. So I'm very appreciative of oil and gas because that represents 30 to 40% of our state's budget. Without that, we'd be in a herd of trouble.
It creates a lot of programs for the state of New Mexico.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
In fact, so I'm a business owner, and if I had someone who brought, in sales 30 or 40% of the sales, I'm not going to try to hurt them. I'm going to ask them, hey, what can I do for you? You need me to pick up your dry cleaning, whatever you need. You just keep doing what you're doing.
Sure.
So I'm not here to hurt them.
Sure.
And so I hope I answered that part. What was the other?
Just kind of like where, like what do you think we're like the areas we're doing well in and the areas we really are behind in?
So I don't like it that we're last in a lot of things, whether it's education, and we're first in a lot of things that we shouldn't be in, like in crime. FBI says New Mexico is probably the most dangerous state in the union, which I don't like. I'm not saying that. I mean, the FBI has the statistics. And I think, of course, Albuquerque skews that because Albuquerque's a pretty dangerous city. But, one of the things that I like...
Roswell's very familiar with the crime and the will, too.
And I've heard that.
Yeah.
I've heard that. And that's why I want to have what they call a metro police department. I'll get to that in just a second. But, one of the things that I think it's important is, like, for example, the governor recently came back from Japan, and it looks like they're going to be bringing in some natural gas distributor. So that's good. That's good. I mean, that's going to bring business.
Potential for growth.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's important. One of the things that I've been toying around with is geothermal. There's a lot of hot, salty water in New Mexico. It's primarily on the west side of the state. And that can help with producing power when you want other companies to come in here into the state.
Gotcha.
To kind of raise the per capita income.
Sure. And I know just from like home construction things, we're seeing more and more businesses offer the geothermal as a way, just gee whiz. The folks down at CVE in the co-op there that kind of covers Eddie Chavez counties there, their building's all geothermal and all that. So we see the benefits of that with the efficiency, with it checks all the boxes, the green boxes, it checks the financial boxes, it checks the effectiveness box. And so, but that's something that you talk about investing in, kind of the future on these things. And I think that's one that does check a lot of boxes, is that geothermal stuff.
And, like, for example, I'm sure they pay you to be here, right? And if someone, and if someone was to say, hey, Mike, here, just put this little solar thing outside your window, we're going to pay you another $1,000 a month. I say, well, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to get at is, when you hear me talk about these other types of energy sources, I'm not saying to replace oil and gas. I'm just augmenting
all on the table.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if it's free, why not? It's not going to hurt anything.
Sure.
If anything, it's just going to help make little bit more income for the community and your family and such, and everybody. I mean, it's just that's kind of my thinking. I'm not here to harm anything, but just enhance it.
Well, and if I'm wrong here, just it's we always talk about diversity and don't put all your eggs in one basket kind of thing, and that is in our power approach too. It's like, look, if one way shuts down, we have other ways to get power. You know what I mean?
Sure.
It's like backup plan. So just from that security safety standpoint, it's not a bad idea. So.
Well, exactly. And now when I want to go back to about the crime.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things that I don't know if you've ever been to Mexico City at night.
Not Mexico City, but other parts of Mexico.
So Mexico City is the third largest city in the world. 25 million plus people. I mean, it's 3 times the size of New York City, right?
Yes.
Population wise. Well, at night you're gonna go there and you're gonna see a bunch of police cars with the red and blue lights going on all over the city. And when I first went a long time ago and I asked someone, so what's going on here? He says they do it for presence. And if you think about it, very rarely do you hear a lot of bad crime happening in Mexico City. Other parts of Mexico,
sure.
But okay. So what I'm getting at is I asked or talked to a lot of retired state police officers.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say, listen, if we paid you $100 a month and you don't have to check in, you don't have a boss, all you have to do is one out of 3 things or all 3 things. 1, wear a badge when you go out.
Mm-hmm.
When you go out to the store, when you go to church, I don't care. Just wear a badge. 2, if you want to carry a radio, that would be great. And 3, if you want to carry your pistol or your weapon, it's fine. It's all about presence. You don't have to do any PT and physical training.
Sure.
You don't have to do any briefings. You're just eyes and ears and just out there with presence.
Gotcha.
And I have yet to have one say they would not do that. They'd love it. Now, so every year you do this, you get $100 a month, up to $500. So 5 years. If you put in 7 years, you still get $500 a month.
Gotcha.
But imagine, in fact, I said this last night I was at Stellar Coffee, which is a great place. I have to tell you, that's a pretty cool place. In fact, I've never seen a restaurant or a coffee store that had the game of Risk. That's one of my favorite games.
It's been a minute since I played that one.
Yeah. So I made a comment. I said, listen, imagine, because there was actually a pretty decent crowd last night. I said, imagine if there was a couple retired state officers, police officers with a badge, maybe around their neck or whatever. If a bad guy was to walk in and just happened to see those badges, because they somehow seem to, beam out.
Absolutely.
Right? They're going to think, oh my God, there's 2 cops in here.
Sure.
I'm just going to walk away. You never know what that can be as a deterrent.
Absolutely. Well, and you talk to law enforcement and everything, and matter of fact, we're getting into that holiday season where they start giving you all those holiday tips, and a lot of it is, they talk about crime is a lot of times crimes are committed by convenience, and with like the holiday season, everyone gets their packages stolen out of cars, and so if you simply lock your door, that's 99% of the problem, because they're usually just walking by and checking doors and bingo. And this is kind of using that same logic. If there's a law enforcement presence just hanging out in a particular area, criminals are going to say, you know what, the juice isn't worth the squeeze here, I'm moving on. And that's kind of what you're saying here.
Yeah, my wife gets a kick out of me, although she understands it. So I'm in the risk management business.
Yeah.
Sometimes when we leave and it's going to be empty house, I'll leave the lights on, or a few, not all of them, but a few, I'll leave a TV or something playing to give the impression that you're there.
Mm-hmm.
And I explain, this may not keep a burglar out,
right?
But if they see our house and they see another house that's completely dark and nothing, they may strike that one.
Gotcha.
Same with the club. I'm probably the only one who uses the club.
The club, yeah.
And I've seen videos with carjackers, car rob, people who steal car thieves, and they said, listen, it'll take me 15 seconds to break that club. He says, but I'm not going to do that because there's a lot of other people who leave their keys in the car unlocked. He says, I'm not looking for your car like that's going to be my dream car.
Sure.
I just need to get from point A to point B.
Right.
And if you and I'll get through it. If that's the only car in the whole parking lot, it'll take me an extra 15 seconds to break that lock, that club.
Right.
But if there's other cars, I'll go to those that are doors open,
they're easier.
Keys are in the compartment.
Yeah.
There you go.
Absolutely.
So, but we're getting back to the police. So I want to have a division within the state police called Metro Police.
Okay.
To help augment, and I want to be very careful because I'm not here to step on toes of the Chavez County Sheriff's Office or the Roswell Police Department or any incorporated cities police department. I just want to help them.
Sure.
I want these, and I'm not talking about these retired officers. I want to have a different police force within the state police that are stationed here. If Roswell feels that they need it, if the sheriff and the chief says, you know what, Governor, yeah, we could use a division here.
Gotcha.
Then we'll take some retired officers and we'll bring some other officers on, and they'll work the hot spots. We'll let the sheriff's office and police department here do the regular patrolling. Maybe they do community policing.
Okay.
Things of this nature. But our guys will be. Some of them might be undercover. They'll be plain clothes.
More
bottom
like a
line,
task force type.
Bottom line
mindset.
is we're gonna reduce the crime if it's needed.
Sure.
Now there's some parts of the state that may not need it. They would rather have that money used for people on fentanyl or amphetamine, whatever may be the case. If they need some extra funding for that,
Provide them tools and let them choose which tools they want to use.
Exactly. That's
Gotcha.
all I'm here for as a resource. I'm not here to be hey, do it my way or forget it.
Sure.
So
kind of keeping that vein, but kind of. And this is something, as we as New Mexico, I'm talking in general terms on this because, just the nature of this conversation, just kind of getting to know. But, like you mentioned earlier, we're always those 49th and 50th and a lot of these categories that matter. I mean, we talk about crime, but education's another big one. So how do we as a state stop? What do we got to do? What's your opinion on what do we got to do to stop being 49th and 50th these numbers and start saying, shoot, I'll take middle of the pack to start with. We can't be number one from the jump, but let's start moving the needle up instead of keeping it down in the basement here. On some of
right. So I've been studying some of these states that have done quite well.
Mm-hmm.
One might be Massachusetts. And ironically, we always got compared with Mississippi. Remember that? They'd say, well, at least Mississippi's ahead of us.
Right.
Or whatever. But
That's
you know
not-
what?
that's not a goal to
You know
aspire
what?
to.
They're like 39th now. So I wanted to see what caused
What
it
did
to
they
jump.
do? Yeah.
So this is what they did. In fact, I had this discussion last night. Let me ask you this. When you were growing up, I don't know if you grew up here in Roswell.
I'm from Maryland, East Coast.
When you were growing up, did you have any friends that were held back? Like they flunked.
Yeah, I knew of people. Yeah,
right.
yeah.
But you don't see that today.
No.
Because they just push them up.
Sure.
And so these states that are seeing great gains, they're instituting that. They're saying, listen, we're not helping you by just moving you up
Just
because you're
passing
not
you through the
learning.
system, yeah.
So what happens is they start sending out these notices, hey, your child is failing and we may have to retain them. So of course now all of a sudden the parents get like, hey, what's going on here? So they say, listen, this doesn't have to happen, but if the trajectory is such, we're probably going to have to hold them back. They're going to have to go to summer school or whatever, or they might have to repeat the whole grade. What I'm trying to get at is it's like lights a fire under the parents or the guardians, whoever it may be the case, and they start working with them. They bring in tutors, and the school provides this. And that's how you kind of focus on that. The second thing is this. I know Santa Fe has a lot of times, they're more of a urban setting, Albuquerque, Santa Fe. It's not one school fits all. I know that there are rural parts here in Chavez County that, there are kids that probably get up at 4 or 5 in the morning. They do chores. They do work.
Right.
They work on the farm. They work on the ranch. So what I'm trying to get is I would like to have the school boards have a little bit more power, more autonomous. As long as they do the basics, the reading, writing, and arithmetic. I grew up in the New Mexico school system. I think I had a great education, but it's not. You can't expect what works in middle of Albuquerque to work in rural Chavez County or any rural part of New Mexico.
So allow them, give them the freedom to know what's best for their local area.
When I went to school, I had wood shop. I had typing. I go to auto mechanics, but you don't see that here. And of course, I have my college education, but back then the internet wasn't around,
right?
Or at least it wasn't available to us. It may have been around, but I don't think so. And
not at our level.
but now with the advent of the internet, the college degree is still important, but you can see all these different jobs that really get paid quite well. And so it's important that our children have that opportunity. If they want to go to college, great. But if they want to learn a trade, plumbers, electricians, HVAC, heating, cooling, they get paid pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, they get paid almost $100 an hour. I mean, that's a lot more than I think a lot of college graduates.
Human beings cut out to go to college.
Absolutely.
Some are, their brain works different than, it's that what makes people great musicians doesn't necessarily make them great accountants, or anything. We all different like that. And
earlier we were talking about the retiree state police and paid them $100 a month. I believe there are some educators that are out there that are retired. Maybe they came from other states. I think Maryland has a pretty good school system, and maybe they may want to earn a few extra dollars. Well, if they're willing to come on board, we'll pay them to act as tutors to help the teachers. Teachers have a tough job. They can't be expected to do everything, to mold that person into a great student and a great person in afterlife. They need help.
Sure.
And so I think by having some volunteer tutors that get paid a little bit of money, because they do it not just, but it's fun. I still remember my father, rest in peace. He left us about 7 years ago. But if he could, and he's retired Air Force and retired from the civil service, but hey, if he could make a couple dollars, he was happy. But he gave back to the community. In fact, he was one of George Bush's 1,000 points of light. So
awesome. Well, and this is something I believe in. As we get older and get wiser, part of our responsibility is to pass that wisdom on to the younger generations, and this is a way to do that. And I just think that's just how humanity should be. You know what I mean? And if we can have the government set up the opportunities to allow that natural flow to happen, then I think that's a good thing. And so to provide opportunities for seniors and others that are retired but still got service to give.
A little bit of gas in the tank.
Yeah, this is an opportunity for that here. Before we do run out of time, I do want to kind of talk about one other area, and we kind of generally touched on it, but just, again, in the general terms, is another thing that we see in New Mexico that I think frustrates many of our residents is we look at, like you talk about the growth, and we're talking about bringing things to our state, and we see, what's going on in Texas and Colorado and Utah and Arizona, and we're like, how come they're skipping over New Mexico on some of these opportunities? And I think a lot of people, think our state doesn't create opportunities for these businesses to want, whether we legislatively or whatever it is, we create our own barriers on that. So what are your thoughts on that, on when we see, why are we seeing all these people flying over to our state wanting to set up shop in Colorado and Texas instead of here in New Mexico?
Okay, so I was elected as county commissioner in 1992, and then I left as mayor in 2023. So that's a span of almost 31 years. And throughout those years, I've met with numerous business owners who were trying to do business in the city. And I can assure you, even though some of my colleagues were of a different political persuasion as they all knew that businesses generate gross receipts tax, and that GRT provides about 60% of funding to the cities. Okay, just like oil and gas provides 30 to 40% of the revenues to the state, and so they would tell me these problems that they would have with inspectors. This is kind of middle of management here.
Gotcha.
And I go, really? Yes, we'd have this, but they were afraid to talk because of retaliation. Because elected officials come and go. Usually, the management team stays for a long time. So to prevent that, what I want to have is a different division within the state, part of the economic development. When we have businesses that are having some challenges, we're not going to be really difficult with them. But let's just say, I can assure you, I've had this happen. I remember one time this pharmacy bought this building in Las Cruces and wanted to just renovate it. They didn't want to add to it. They just want to renovate it. So in Las Cruces, the rules state, as long as you don't add another building, you can renovate all you want.
Gotcha.
Well, the inspectors were trying to make him redo everything. So I got with the manager, and I knew the rules quite well. And got with the building official, and I told the manager, I said, I thought he's in the infill zone, which allowed a certain leeway with the building official that, one, you can make a lot of variances, but two, more importantly, as long as he doesn't add to the building, he doesn't have to conform to all these new rules that a new business would want. And he kind of sheepishly said, well, yeah, you're right. Well, what I'm trying to get at is that's where we would come in. We'd have a special division to work with businesses who want to come into New Mexico when they're having challenges with cities and counties. Hey, let us work with the local officials, the mayor, the county commission chairperson, the managers. See, I envision having 7 deputy chiefs of staff, each one in each. There's 6 highway commission districts.
Okay.
And I believe down here is probably District 6. I'm not sure. So in that district, you'll have a deputy chief of staff who will have access to Santa Fe immediately. They'll have a certain authority that if you need something and you need, if the state, like for example, the biggest thing that I can't stand is when there's doing a road work and it's impacting businesses and they don't really go out of their way to make sure that they still have access. I mean, this is their livelihood.
Sure.
This is how they put food on the table. We have to make sure that
accommodate that.
Yeah, absolutely. And so that's why I'm doing highway commissioners, because their job is going to depend on how they react to the public.
Gotcha.
I told someone last night, if you're a registered voter, I used to say this in Las Cruces, if you're a registered voter and you live in the city, you're my boss. If you're a registered voter and you live in the state, you're my boss. I'm looking for a job right now. I'm putting out my qualifications, my resume, so to speak, and I'm looking to see if you would hire me on June 2nd.
Gotcha.
And if I get elected, great. Then if I want to keep at my job, I don't know if I want to do that. You want to look at what I've done and see whether or not I think I want someone else.
Absolutely.
So that's how I plan on doing some things to try to help facilitate business. So the bottom line to your question is, I think at the top they recognize business because the state gets 2/3 of every gross receipts tax. The taxes that they get 2/3 of that.
Sure.
The city only gets about a
behooves
third.
them to have
yeah,
it
of course. Yeah, and if you have these middle managers in all these little cities and counties causing grief, we want to know about it.
Streamline the red tape a little bit.
Absolutely.
That's we're about out of time here, but let's talk about folks here and thinking, obviously you're fighting the campaign here. We got give or take, this next 6 months here, year, whatever. Well, it's November, so about 6 months here, 7 months away here before the season here. How can people get more involved? They want to learn more about. They're saying, hey, I'd like to learn more about this Ken guy and maybe see what I can do to be involved with the campaign. Talk a little bit more about what's next here.
The easiest to go on our website is kenfornewmexico.com.
Gotcha.
That way there you don't have to worry about spelling my name or anything like that.
Hey, if you can just get Miyagishima pronounced, that's half the battle right there.
Yeah, well, actually, I did a video on how to say my name, but kenfornewmexico.com. And you know what's amazing is I am getting, in fact, that's why I came down here, because I was getting, the people were watching our Facebook and they said, hey, why don't you come down here? And I said, well, if you put it together, and they did. And we had a nice turnout last night.
Well, that's good. And I think this is because I think that, Democrat, Republican, we live in this world now that if you say you're one thing or another, people automatically, all right, then I'm going to think a certain way about you.
Exactly.
And we live in that world now, and it didn't used to be that way. Right. But I feel like I think people are starting to say, I'm really tired of that crap. And, because and it's still a 4-letter word today, but really bad a couple years ago. If you used a term like rhino or dino and you considered yourself one, people, that's a pariah type thing. You pick a side, or whatever it is. Yeah. And I think we're now starting to get back to people saying, hey, I got to be honest, both sides have some good ideas. How do we incorporate this together? And so I think I'm not telling you anything you already know. I think you're saying, hey, I'm the guy that is kind of, look, I'm a Democrat. This is where I'm born and bred. But at the same time, like you were talking about the modern Democrat, I have conservative values as much as I have liberal values, and equal people all should have a voice. And how do we compromise that? How do we, make everybody as happy as possible? And that's where I'm thinking maybe people are ready to listen to people in the middle of the road.
Well, we hope so. And I believe that I would fit that bill.
Good deal. Yeah. So again, check out your website, and of course, is there any other public appearances nearby that we could tell people about, or is that
no? That's it for now.
Okay, but I imagine between now and June we'll be seeing a little bit more.
I'll come by and visit again.
Good deal. Well, is there anything you wanted to mention that we didn't give you an opportunity to talk about, or we skipped?
No. I mean, we can keep on. I probably have at least an hour's worth.
Well,
so you don't want to give me an audience like this.
They get mad when I cut on other people's shows. They tend to get angry with it.
Absolutely.
But Ken, thank you so much for the visit. Appreciate it. I love and like I said, love having you back. More conversations and things, and obviously down the road, as governor of the state, anything we can do to help.
I will say something that's really interesting that I won't ever forget your call letters.
Okay.
It's KEND.
Yes.
Right? So my full name is Kenneth Daniel Gallegos Miyagishima, so it's Ken D. And sometimes I actually use that, so Ken D. Miyagishima.
There you go.
So I'll remember this for a long time.
Well, maybe this whole governor thing, we just call it Ken Radio. Ken D.
There you go. You got it.
I'm a radio station now.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Appreciate it. We'll
Thank
see
you very
next
much.
time. It is closing in on 8:50. Let's pause for news, your Chaves County sports update, weather as well, and a quick break before news. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Now for your Pecos Valley news update. I'm Jared Cirillo. Criminal charges now filed in a 2021 murder case out of Roswell. RPD says 22-year-old Miguel Angel Ramirez Gallegos is charged with tampering with evidence for disposing of the gun that he's accused of using to kill 18-year-old David Gonzalez on December 26, 2021. The killing happened in the parking lot of the Saddle Creek Apartments in the 1900 block of South Sunset Avenue. A second victim, Ramirez Gallegos' girlfriend, was also wounded in the hand and sought treatment at a local hospital. RPD says the case stemmed from drug-related criminal activity. Ramirez Gallegos is already in federal custody for an unrelated case. The Artesia Public Library is doing their holiday cards for the Troops event. You can sign one of the cards at the library or bring your own. It's a chance to leave an encouraging message for our troops who are away from their loved ones over the holidays. The last day to sign the cards will be November 22nd. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
It's time for the Chaves County Sports Report. Well, it turns out the Sandia Prep Sun Devils finally got their revenge after 3 years of losing to NMMI, beating the Colts yesterday in the 3A semifinals by a 2-1 count. Sandia Prep, the second seed and hosting the game, doesn't finish the season. They're 17-4-1 now. They'll play number one Santa Fe Prep in the championship, but NMMI season is over and the Colts finished with a 15-6 record. Overall, although these stats aren't complete for the season, the Colts got 17 goals from junior Wagner Ferreira Morado Cuna and 10 goals on the season from Daniel Dos Amantes Urbina. Both of those guys are juniors, so they'll both be back. NMMI had beaten Sandia Prep the last 2 years in the finals. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Good-looking weekend coming up. We'll be in the low to mid 80s for the afternoon high today. Lots of sunshine. High pressure will stay parked over our area for a while. Low to mid 40s and clear for the overnight hours. And then it looks like we'll stay in the 70s on Friday. Should be a sunny day. Upper 70s and low 80s and sunny on Saturday. Cooler on Sunday, about 60 and sunny. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
All across America, this is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
Good morning. Stocks open after computer chip and AI stocks bounced back after Tuesday's selling. And reports said the services sector expanded in October and that while still slow, hiring rose. The backdrop seems to support continued appetite for stocks. Supreme Court justices seemed very skeptical about the legality of President Trump's tariffs. The administration says there are other legal ways they could impose tariffs if the current way is ruled illegal. The court gave no sign of when they'll rule. The Associated Press voter poll shows economic worries were the dominant theme as voters cast ballots Tuesday. People are troubled by an economy that seems trapped by higher prices and fewer job opportunities. Many voters said they're holding steady financially, but few said they're getting ahead. The FAA says they'll cut flights by 10% at 40 major airports because of the government shutdown. Starbucks Workers United has authorized a strike in many cities, possibly starting a week from today on Red Cup Day, one of Starbucks' biggest sales days of the year. With business, I'm Joe Connolly.
This is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
What if the future of finance wasn't built around averages, but around you? At Abacus Global Management, we're reshaping financial planning around the most personal data point, your lifespan. But it's more than just insight, it's control. As a technology-driven asset manager, we're empowering investors with an integrated system to take command of your time, your future, your financial destiny. This is a new era of investing. Take control at abacusgm.com.
Have you ever been to an escape room? Generally, there's a set of clues that you have to follow to find the prize to get out of the room. It's a mystery that has to be solved. Many things are learned along the way, but in the very best versions, you don't know the answer to the mystery until you find all the clues and find the prize. The Apostle Paul writes to the young Christians in Colossae about a mystery. What's great about this mystery is that you don't have to wait until the end of the story to know the answer. The Israelites were given hints or shadows of the mystery, but they didn't know the full story. Paul reminds them that the answer to the mystery is Christ in them. When Jesus came to this earth and died on the cross for our sins and rose 3 days later, he made known the mystery that has been taught from the beginning of time. Do you feel like you're missing something in your life and you don't know about this great mystery of Christ? Then we encourage you to join us and learn what's missing.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
This is Dr. Sarah Usher at Carabelli Dental, and we want you to know that we stay on the cutting edge with the latest technology and treatment options, because your smile deserves the very best. Our highly trained team is proud to offer sedation dentistry for every dental need, giving you a comfortable and stress-free experience every time. Discover advanced and modern dentistry personalized just for you, only here at Carabelli Dental.
Come see the team at Carabelli Dental at the corner of 9th and Main, or call 575-622-4455.
There's nothing more magical than 80,000 cubic feet of hot air flying overhead. Join us in Artesia, New Mexico for the 42nd Annual Balloons and Tunes Festival, November 7th through the 9th. Friday kicks off with fun flights from local schools. Then Saturday and Sunday mornings, watch the skies fill with color as hot air balloons launch at dawn from Eagle Draw Park. Stick around for inflatable costume races, bounce houses, and even remote-control balloons. Food and coffee trucks will keep you fueled for the fun. Saturday night, 5th and Texas comes alive at the Artesia Arts Council's Balloons, Bands, and Brews. With food trucks, local New Mexico brews, live music, and the Artesia High School Marching Band performing alongside balloon pilots in a fiery concert you won't forget. Admission is free, with only $10 entry into the beer garden. Plan your weekend getaway to Artesia, November 7th through the 9th for the Balloons and Tunes Festival. For more information, give us a call at 575-746-2744 or visit artesiachamber.com. Paid for by Artesia Lodgers Tax.
Check out some of the Veterans Day bargains you'll find this week at your local Farmers Country Market. 24 packs of Food Club or Panhandle Pure Water are 2 for $6, and select boxes of Kellogg's breakfast cereals are $4.99 each. In produce, 6 ounces of blackberries, blueberries, or raspberries are $1.99 each, and super select cucumbers are 3 for $1. In the meat department, family packs of select T-bone steaks are $8.99 a pound, and quarter loin pork chops are $1.79 a pound. These are just some of the Veterans Day savings you'll find this week at your local Farmers Country Market.
All right, Mr. Gobbles, it's that time of year again. Got any last requests? What? You want a smoking deal on a new Ford or pre-owned vehicle? Mucho dinero for your trade? And your credit pardon? Well, you're going to have to go to Roswell Ford.
Hey, Roswell Ford is talking real turkey with our most aggressive offers in more than 5 years. Right now, get massive savings on new Fords and quality pre-owned vehicles with 0% financing and no payments till February 2026. Plus, if you're making payments on your current vehicle and want out early, Roswell Ford will do whatever it takes to help you escape from your trade. Even if you owe thousands more than it's worth, worried that your credit is a little foul? Roswell Ford has partnered with more aggressive lenders who will push to approve your credit even if it's less than perfect. All roads lead to huge American-made savings and a better buying experience. Get on board at Roswell Ford, 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com.
0 APR for 48 months is $28.83 per thousand finance. Interest accrues from date of sale. Subject to lender approval on select vehicles. Offers not combined.
Experience Still Waters with Leanna Crawford, the Still Waters Tour.
He leads me by still waters till my fears are gone.
With special guest Cade Thompson, Saturday, November 15th at Waymaker Church in Roswell. Get tickets now at leannacrawford.com with VIP package available or at the door. Get your tickets now for the Still Waters Tour featuring Leanna Crawford, Saturday, November 15th at Waymaker Church, 202 South Sunset in Roswell. This is an all-ages event. When you or a loved one need medical transport, TransAero answers the call. Trans-Aero Medevac operates 3 rotorcraft bases and 1 fixed-wing base in southeastern New Mexico, allowing them to respond quickly to emergencies across diverse terrains. Their fleet extends coverage deep into New Mexico and West Texas, including Artesia, Carlsbad, Roswell, Ruidoso, Midland, Lubbock, and the surrounding areas, ready to answer the call when every second counts. Trans-Aero Medevac, proudly serving southeastern New Mexico and West Texas. Flown for free, thanks to the partnership from the City of Artesia and Trans-Aero Medevac. Life support by air.
Clyde Lewis and Ground Zero is now in Roswell on 106.5 FM, KEND Roswell.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. Former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi announces that she will not be seeking re-election.
After representing San Francisco for nearly 40 years in Congress, Pelosi will be retiring at the end of her current term. She was the first woman to become Speaker of the House, and she held the position twice. Pelosi's powerful leadership and liberal politics proved to be a thorn in the side of Republican Presidents George W. Bush and Donald Trump. At age 85, Pelosi will be stepping down at a time when many Democrats are clamoring for younger political leaders. Greg Clugston, Washington.
Airports in New York, L.A., and Chicago, along with hubs across the U.S., are among the 40 that will see their number of flights cut by 10% starting tomorrow. It's because of the government shutdown. The death toll has risen to 12 in the fiery crash of a UPS cargo plane at the airport in Louisville, Kentucky. Federal Air Safety Investigator Todd Inman says there's evidence a left engine fell off prior to the crash.
A large plume of fire in the area of the left wing occurred during the takeoff roll. The plane lifted off and gained enough altitude to clear the fence at the end of runway 17R. Shortly after clearing that fence, it made impact with structures and the terrain off of the airport property.
Investigators now analyzing the plane's flight data recorder. A Texas federal judge has dismissed a criminal conspiracy charge against Boeing related to 2 737 MAX crashes that killed 346 people. Boeing will have to pay or invest an additional $1.1 billion in fines, compensation for victims' families, and internal safety measures. Watching Wall Street, stocks are in the red. The Dow is down about 375 points. The Nasdaq 383 points lower. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Hey, it's Mike Gallagher, host of the...
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 866-755-5300. That's 866-755-5300. Again, that's 866-755-5300. Call us right now.
Bihar, the BBC's Davina Gupta.
I'm at a public school where separate voting booths have been set up for men and women. Since early morning from 7 a.m. local time, people have been coming in and most of them are women. They have historically turned out in higher numbers than men. In a state where nearly half the population lives in poverty, voters here want better education and jobs to improve their lives. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been campaigning here because it's a crucial test for his party, the BJP, which lost its outright majority in last national elections. He's seeking to solidify his voter base with a regional ally.
It is the deadliest natural disaster to strike the Philippines this year. President Marcos declaring a state of emergency after a typhoon left at least 114 people dead. News and analysis, townhall.com. Trump administration has decided not to offer the IRS's electronic tax filing system for free next year.
An IRS official informed state comptrollers in an email Monday that IRS Direct File will not be available in filing season 2026. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said better alternatives exist and the private sector can do a better job. The program faced criticism from Republican lawmakers who called it a waste of taxpayer money and from commercial tax preparation companies that have made billions from charging people to use their software. Keith Peters, Washington.
President Trump has marked his economic achievements on the anniversary of his election victory. Speaking at the America Business Forum in Miami, the president said the U.S. economy is thriving. However, he says Republicans often don't stress that message enough. He says they need to talk more about their achievements. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
Feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The abolition, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Praise and dear news
of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Thursday.
Yes.
Almost there.
So close.
Yet so far away. Yeah, happy Thursday. Weekend's almost there. At least the weather's nice. It's going to be 80s today. Yeah. Although the weekend's going to be a little cooler. Like Saturday will be fine. It's like 78. But they're talking like 59 for a high on Sunday.
Wow.
Yeah, well, it was 59 this morning. So, yeah, they've lowered it a little bit. So, and then I think we're in the 60s on Monday. So, a fall-like weekend.
Fall is rearing its beautiful head.
There you go. So, I'm kind of. Is it too early to be in Thanksgiving mode?
Nope, not even a little bit. Like I'm very much ready for it.
Like Halloween's all well and good.
I even said now that we got that pesky Halloween out of the way, we can focus on what's truly important, which is Thanksgiving.
I gotta be honest. I think Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. Mm-hmm. Like of all the holidays, that's the one I look forward to.
It's my favorite for a weird reason. I don't have a lot of like long-standing traditions that my family like did every single. But the one thing was I was parked in front of the TV every single year to watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, and it's like the one thing I've done consistently every single with the exception of like 1 year I didn't get to watch it, but I've got my kids watching it now, so
that's a tradition.
That's the main like thing for me. That and then
I look at it as a pregame to football,
and then of course the food is always great.
I don't wake up early enough for it.
Yeah,
that's the day I get to sleep in.
But that's the beauty of living in the world we live in today is you just jump on Peacock and you can just start it from the beginning.
Yeah,
that's true.
Fast forward through.
Well, and I think like nonsense. If you watch it live on TV here, it's not live on New Mexico TV.
No,
they tape delayed it about
2 hours. 2 hours. Yeah. It's usually because they start theirs. It's the same thing with the Today Show. If you ever watched the Today Show here in New Mexico,
it's delayed.
They start it there at like 7 a.m. New York time.
Right,
and
then they phase it out as the morning wait as the country rises.
Indubitably.
Yeah, it's how. Yeah, but I will tell you. I know. I'm getting off topic. Y'all have it, y'all, and I'm a y'all now. Mm-hmm. We have it way better.
You're a Yuns.
You're Yuns. No Yuns.
Yeah, Yuns.
Damn weird Pennsylvania. But
Don't even get it started.
Yeah. but we have it way better football watching here than you do East Coast. Like, I mean, I know West Coasters love their football regime, but I feel like Mountain Time Zone is by far the best to watch NFL football because you're on the East Coast. Your early game is at 1 o'clock.
Right.
Your late game's at 4 o'clock. Monday Night Football don't start till bedtime for most people.
Right. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
On the East Coast, Monday the early game starts at what, 10 o'clock in the morning, something like that. Oh, really early. And then and of course Monday Night Football is done by like dinner time,
right.
And then, which I think is too early. We're the Goldilocks. We're the sweet spot.
Sweet spot.
11 o'clock, you could still manage church and book it back if you need to.
Cut this sermon short. We got football at 20.
You know what I mean? And then primetime football starts at like 6 o'clock. By bedtime, the game's over.
Yeah.
It's perfect. And so count your blessings, Mountain Time Zone people.
That's right.
Football's you got the best football there is.
A few years ago, it was Raiders and Dallas that played. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a rough day. I was just really thankful that we had the early game. Or the late game. It was the late game. Yeah, so we got to eat prior to the game because, Raiders whooped the snot out of Dallas. So she didn't talk to me. Of course, I did not make any. I was very good.
Yeah.
I did not make any derogatory remarks. I did not.
Well,
I didn't go running around the house. Ha ha
No,
ha.
but
Any of
that's
that
the thing.
stuff.
Here's the problem. You thought it.
Yo, yeah.
She's in your
trust me,
head.
yeah.
So she heard it.
There was many a thought. But
well, I've had you know my situation where I am a diehard Washington fan. My wife is a Cowboys fan. And we actually went Thanksgiving years ago, back when Kirk Cousins was our quarterback for Washington.
Good God.
We went to see, it was Dallas, Washington, Thanksgiving Day, and we went and sat in the nosebleeds. And be honest, my Thanksgiving dinner that night was a trip to QT.
I'll be honest. When it comes to selection, QT really is.
Yeah, it's not bad.
And to be honest, I told everybody. I said they were all like, "Well, all the restaurants said go to that QT." I said it's amazing. Yeah, like, what are you talking about? I was like, they got sandwiches, they got whole meals in that place. And then what are you talking about? Just go, pull in there. And then by the time we left there, Mike, you're right. This QT's like, we all got like 6 sandwiches to eat. We're rolling back to the hotel, 4 deep in dilly sandwiches.
That's just it. Just go in. You'll understand when you go in.
The ultimate get in trouble place, for food when you're in trouble.
Yeah, I do want a giant pickle and some Funyuns.
Yeah.
Please. Oh, and some pizza? Pepperoni pizza? Sure, why not?
They got Slurpees and flavors I didn't even know existed.
What's on that roller thing?
Tums right on the next aisle.
Right, exactly, yeah. It really is a one-stop shop.
I want the bumpy thing on the roller and the smooth thing on the roller, please. Yeah, I love those places. And they make it to order, too. I joke about the rollers, but yeah, they literally have it like you go up and there's a kiosk and like, they got burgers. What's going on here?
Yeah.
I was like, is Thanksgiving dinner one of these? Let me double check.
They're desperately trying to be Wawa, but honestly succeeding in a lot of ways.
Well, they're the Wawa of the West.
The Wawa of the West. I like it.
I mean, we went to where were we at when we went to Buc-ee's?
Oh, yeah, then there's Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
Buc-ee's is a whole other planet.
It was Bastrop.
Yeah.
Marissa used to work at
Buc-ee's
Wawa.
is the Disney World of the Wawa.
Oh, I know it. And the funny thing is, when you walk through Buc-ee's, I mean, everybody looks the same.
Yeah.
Their eyes are all big and their mouths are open, just walking around.
Yeah.
Oh, I just thought you meant Midwestern.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, but they everybody has the same expression, same look, like, whoa.
Yeah. Well, I came in here for gas and to go to the bathroom. And now
I need to get brisket, beef jerky, and the bathroom.
That's it,
the 3 Bs. That's all you need at Buc-ee's.
And look, we could buy a complete stereo system, and there's clothing. They got couches over here, and
I got a patio furniture.
You can buy a pair of camo overalls and a full-size Bucky Beaver onesie within 20 feet of each other.
Yeah, I wanted the onesie.
The most conspicuous and inconspicuous clothing available right there.
Well, and that's Texas camouflage, like the green camouflage pants with the red Buc-ee's, bright red Buc-ee's. That big yellow beaver on the front.
That was one of my favorite visuals all year long was the shot of the National Guard in Washington, D.C. In their camo, wearing high-vis orange vests out picking up trash. I'm like, your outfits are contradicting each other.
Yeah, kind of like hunting.
Yeah,
I want you to see me, but I want you to see me.
Yeah, we're camo with the bright. Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta laugh at life. It's just like, huh.
The birds can't see camo, but they can see, or they can't see orange, but they can see camo.
I'm the one guy that messed up and bought winter camo.
Yeah. But anyway, the moral of that story is go to a QT.
Yeah.
And Buc-ee's, but But
if you got a QT and a Buc-ee's in the same town, you're going places.
Yeah.
I imagine there's got to be some kind of standoff.
The variety.
Oh,
It's like, well, do I want to go on this side of town or on that side of town?
It's an embarrassment of riches.
I know.
They're across the parking lot.
Yeah.
Each other.
Just staring at each other all day.
Yeah. Look at people, peasants.
Or you can do a standoff. And one at one and one of the others like, I've got barbecue brisket rub. I've got barbecue brisket rub. I've got beaver nuggets. I've got QT nuggets.
We've got QT hunks.
Yeah. Yeah, but that would be the useless kind of war because Buc-ee's would be like, well, I got a fat guy in a full Buc-ee's onesie.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Yeah.
I got a QT baggie.
Right.
So yeah.
I got a trucker with 4 different kinds of drink in his cup.
Yeah. That's one of those 94-ounce cups.
That's suicide. That's the one thing about Buc-ee's is they do not allow trucks.
Yeah.
They don't let trucks come
Only
in
the
park.
family truckster.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
semis?
No semis.
No semis, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, remember when we stumbled out? I didn't see a semi.
I wasn't paying attention. I was dying from the humidity.
Oh, the humidity.
All Buc-ee's. It's standard across. It's like
I didn't know if they had like one of their Uber Disney World Buc-ee's that had like a truck
part of
cylinder.
It's part of their way to make the customers that come in usually are families, with kids and stuff, and it's just a way to make their environment feel safer and more inviting.
Yeah, because the owner who made Buc-ee's watched Joyride or what?
I'm guessing, yeah.
I'm going to say he's a fan of the vacation movies.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, probably that.
Because that's, he's like, I too had the Pete On's picnic back in basket sandwich.
Honestly, no, I didn't notice because there was a million miles of gas pumps, and then
I too strapped my great aunt to the
there
roof
was
of my vehicle.
10 million pounds of humidity that just slapped me in the face
And
when I opened the door.
I wonder at what point do you is the cutoff? Like, because I like if you drive a dually, does that are you not allowed in, or is it just semis?
Yeah, what's the cutoff?
Well,
Right.
we were in a
We had the truck and trailer.
we were in a dually.
Okay.
We were in the.
And they let you
450.
people in. So.
Yeah, they let us in.
They let us in.
They just saw the license plate and was just all like, those are the special people. Just let them go. Don't go through that side door over there.
Huh. All right.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Now I'm going to pay attention. Now I got to go find a Buc-ee's.
Now you got to go. Yeah, the closest Buc-ee's. I don't know what the closest Buc-ee's are.
Probably Amarillo.
Amarillo?
I would think.
Lubbock doesn't have one, do they?
No.
Buc-ee's in Lubbock.
Yeah. No, the cool thing in Lubbock is Brahms.
There's none in New Mexico, right? There's not
so
a Buc-ee's
much.
in New Mexico.
No, they're just basically Texas.
I thought they
Brahms
brought
that was my childhood. Was Brahms
Brahms?
because we had a Brahms in Medill, Oklahoma, where I grew up. So
Oh, you're so lucky.
I loved it so much.
Oh my gosh,
It was the best.
you had Brahms yet?
Oh, I've had it.
Oh, okay.
I didn't grow up to it, but
No.
yeah,
Yeah, I
it was
didn't go.
good.
Yeah,
It was
no,
good.
yeah, we went. Oh,
It took us 4 hours to finish the shake, and the two of us shared it. It was so thick.
Wow.
I was like,
yeah. we look like we're, you're sitting there with your cheeks all pulled in.
Yeah.
You're driving down the road.
Kim and I hit one in Oklahoma years ago when we did our trip back east. We did a 3-day road trip, and we stopped and we went and did like Oklahoma City bombing. We went to Graceland. We hit like a bunch of places.
We did
on the way.
Oklahoma. Wow, you guys fit a
Well,
lot
we
in.
knocked it out real quick.
Yeah.
Then we went to Graceland.
Yeah.
Rented a rider truck. Went down.
We toured the museum.
Right.
It just blew through there.
Which
Yeah,
is
it's
really
okay.
good. I mean, it's
Yeah,
depressing, but man, it's really good. It's
It
a
is
great.
really-
If you ever go to Oklahoma City and go to the museum and the memorial, it's
well done.
It is very nice. But yeah, they got like the museum. They got everything. I mean, they got like McVeigh's cars in there. The actual like debris.
Yeah.
Wow, really?
And the building that the museum is right next door to where the Edward R. Murrow building was.
Oh, okay.
And so the memorial's where the memorial building is, where all the chairs are, and it's very. but the building right next door, it was affected by the blast. So there's a section of that they preserved. And so you can see where that building got rubbled at that part too as you go in.
Holy cow!
Yeah, it's a good museum because the way they do it is they kind of cattle herd you through, and then they start everyone. You can only go into the museum at certain times. Once you're in the museum, you're free to walk around, but they do a little presentation to get you into the museum. And so in the building you're in, or not. I can't remember, don't quote me, but they had some kind of land commission board meeting that was going on right at the time of the bombing. And so they take you like into the video of that room and you're sitting there and then it goes off the moment the bomb goes off and you see the lights go out and everything in their room and they kind of explain what's going on. And then they open the doors and kind of let you explore from there. It's a really good museum. I highly recommend it. So anyway, I got way off topic.
But point is, Brahms, great.
Thanksgiving's good. You go to QT.
Yeah.
QT's got great Thanksgiving food.
Yeah.
Go Bucks.
Yeah. I wonder what QT does for Thanksgiving. I mean, do you go in and buy your own turkeys?
That's what he was saying.
We just went there
No, they get sandwiches. No, but you know.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, they had sandwiches and they had what they normally have, and they just normally carried like a turkey sub. And yeah, they literally have like burgers, hot dogs, pizza, sandwiches, like anything really. I mean, you can almost get like pot roast dinners if you play your card right. I think it's really, really got everything. And then if you don't want any of that, they got like these things full of just to-go salads and to-go wraps and sandwiches and all the other stuff. So yeah, if you leave that place hungry, it's because you don't know what you're doing. Even if you're healthy, you can find stuff. You got bigger problems in the world. We should probably get the actual hour officially going and have John and Crystal join us with their Humane Society hat. They're going to talk Humane Society here this morning with us. So let's do this. Let's pause for weather. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back here in about 3 minutes to talk about dogs and cats and birds and chickens living together and sales at the thrift store.
Yeah.
Not so much with the chickens, but the other stuff maybe.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be back.
Weather this hour brought to you by Southwest Bearing under new ownership. Custom solutions for your heavy equipment. Hydraulic hoses, hose repair, bearings, seals, sprockets, belts, tools, fluids, and fittings.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Good-looking weekend coming up. We'll be in the low to mid-80s for the afternoon high today. Lots of sunshine. High pressure will stay parked over our area for a while. Low to mid-40s and clear for the overnight hours. And then it looks like we'll stay in the 70s on Friday. Should be a sunny day. Upper 70s and low 80s and sunny on Saturday. Cooler on Sunday, about 60 and sunny. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Have you ever been to an escape room? Generally, there's a set of clues that you have to follow to find the prize to get out of the room. It's a mystery that has to be solved. Many things are learned along the way, but in the very best versions, you don't know the answer to the mystery until you find all the clues and find the prize. The Apostle Paul writes to the young Christians in Colossae about a mystery. What's great about this mystery is that you don't have to wait until the end of the story to know the answer. The Israelites were given hints or shadows of the mystery, but they didn't know the full story. Paul reminds them that the answer to the mystery is Christ in them. When Jesus came to this earth and died on the cross for our sins and rose 3 days later, he made known the mystery that has been taught from the beginning of time. Do you feel like you're missing something in your life and you don't know about this great mystery of Christ? Then we encourage you to join us and learn what's missing.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Visit Bush Appliance in Roswell to see the Whirlpool washer with 2 ways to wash, thanks to the 2-in-1 removable agitator with a flexible capacity so you can take the agitator out for bulky loads or keep it in for items like jeans. Shop now at Bush Appliance in Roswell and get twice the washer that you have at home. Who you gonna call? Bush Appliance in Roswell. Stop by 111 West Country Club in Roswell or call 575-622-6390.
Looking to start, continue, or complete your higher education journey? Join the more than 6,000 fellow Greyhounds on their journey to student success. Eastern New Mexico University offers the most affordable higher education degree in the Southwest, and New Mexico residents can go to school tuition-free with the New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship. With online or in-person degrees, ENMU is the right choice for you. For more information, visit enmu.edu. ENMU, student success. That's what we're about.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. 1 in 3 snake bite victims is drunk. 1 in 5 is tattooed. Hold my beer and check this out. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 24 minutes after 9 o'clock. Now officially joining us in studio this morning, Crystal and John Noble, wearing their Humane Society hats this morning. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
I'm the Uber again. She's almost done.
He's just the guy that stands there and looks menacing. And
She's almost on her. She's about ready to leave on her own.
I sauntered in on a boot. So no more carts, no more scooters. On your own mobile power.
No more death threats.
Oh, no, those are still coming.
Yeah. It's to the point now where I'm just kind of like, what's his name? The dad from the Addams Family. You know, oh, look, I'm eating alphabet soup and all the letters say death and, you know, stuff like that, you know. That's where I'm at now. I'm all right. Yeah.
Just would feel different if it wasn't.
Yeah. She tells me, now I got a morning regime. Like, get up, shower. And she waits. Get in the truck, driving her to work. She'll be like, and I'm like, oh, here it comes. You know, here it comes. I must go to Albertsons after work. No, you don't. You know, now, before it was like, no, we don't need that. No, you don't. No, do we really need? No, we don't need it. You know, now it's just kind of like, okay, whatever. You know, she's up in mobile now. So she just, and I love it now because she just says, you stay in the truck. And I'm like, I don't get to go in and play but my friends are in there. You know?
No.
Actually, I get, you stay in the truck. I'm like, thank you.
Yeah. I've done enough damage in all the stores now. Yeah. I'm not. I got to stay.
I should stay around less people right now. Yeah, I get that.
Take all the fun out of it. But my friends are in there.
So I'm curious, what's like when's the next phase of just complete independence? How far are you away from that?
The 21st of November.
So here in about 3 weeks, 2 weeks?
Oh, it's going to be. The doctor has no choice.
Yeah. Right. That's why he's a doctor.
Well, that's just in time for Thanksgiving.
It is.
So, and I know you and Thanksgiving, and you do. So what's the plan there?
40 pounds.
Lots of food.
Yeah, but say, well,
I've been cooking the entire time, even on my scooter.
Yeah. But Thanksgiving's different. That's a lot of food.
Well, that's how I cook every day.
Yeah.
Minus the 4-hour
well, not
turkey.
Thanksgiving cooking.
Yeah, pretty much. See the way I look?
You should go on a diet.
Yeah.
But
every day's Thanksgiving. That's not good.
I cook a lot. Right. But Thanksgiving, it's going to be our normal.
Good deal. Okay. I was just wondering, it didn't hamper anything, or because I know you. I mean, you don't like assistance, do you?
No.
Yeah, you're the opposite of that. Where everyone's like getting people, you're kind of like stay out of my wheelhouse.
Yeah, I get yelled at all the time.
Yeah. He does.
Yeah. I go walking through the kitchen. What are you doing in here?
Yeah.
I'm walking out the back door. Knock it off. Right. It's like.
You don't smell too long.
Yeah. No. And what's funny is because of the injury.
Yeah.
Like there's things that have been like refined now. Like she'll be sitting there and she'll be like, okay, so tonight we're having parched beef with tempered potatoes with and I'm just sitting there going,
Terms like words like medley show up.
Yeah.
A medley.
We're gonna have a spring buffet of
No, meals are the same. Food's good. There'll be plenty of it. So
except when I get in trouble. Yeah, because I asked her that night. I was like, "What are we having for dinner?" She was looking at me. She was all like, "You're having cereal." I was like, "Oh, good. I love cereal."
Is it the fruity kind? Or
Yeah.
Is it
he don't care. It's cereal. He's like, give me cereal.
Mm-hmm.
Going from single to married, my bowl shrunk.
Yeah, it went from
that sucks.
From serving bowl to to actual soup bowl.
Bum.
Thrift store. Our Christmas for the Pets went really, really well.
Excellent.
But she still has a lot of Christmas.
So if you're looking for Christmas decor, decorations, and
so she still has they put the baskets and clothes back out, so it's not completely Santa's little workshop, but they have Christmas throughout the entire store. They've got trees, they've got your decorations, your ornaments, your lights. They've got outside decorations. I think she was working on a Santa blow-up yard ornament thing yesterday.
And here's the beauty of it. You're going to go and drop hundreds of dollars on all this stuff, brand new. Mm-hmm. You can get it at the thrift store. You're going to pull this stuff out for a month or so, pack it back up, and forget about it for a year. And you're going to spend a third of that price doing it.
Yeah, she has a light-up manger that's 72 inches tall, brand new in the box. Mm-hmm. That's normally $450 online, and she has it for $150.
There you go,
and
right there.
72 inches tall. So it's one of the really big manger setups.
It's the actual size of a manger.
Basically, yeah. Bring your own animals in, No,
it's a functioning manger.
Right. There's Thanksgiving decor. There's Christmas decor. There's fall decor. She has so much stuff.
Good deal. Yeah, I'm telling you, when it comes, especially the Christmas, because I know people go crazy with the lights and everything, and you spend thousands of dollars on that stuff. You could really cut in, especially if you're a first-time family, married couple, and you're getting your tree and all that. I know, especially buying artificial tree, you drop $200-300 for that bad boy, and now, you can right now go to the thrift store, probably have a selection of the put together trees, probably some lit, some not lit, some various sizes, and you probably get them for $20-30 as opposed to $300.
Oh, easily. We have 3 Christmas trees at our house. Okay, so when we got together, I had my own Christmas tree. Mm-hmm. That wasn't good enough. No. So then, we have to buy the married Christmas tree. So that Christmas tree is still sitting in a box in our storage shed. Yeah. And then we moved from big house to small house. So then we had to get another Christmas tree. Because that tree don't fit the house. Because that tree don't fit the house. And then the dogs. So you can't have that Christmas tree with the dogs. So then we have another. So we have 3, 4?
Yeah.
No.
3?
3, because we got rid of the one you had.
When did you get rid of mine? Damn.
Just now.
Yeah, but but that's the reality. They're still in the box.
Absolutely.
What do you
And the lights and things, and you could literally buy strings of lights, probably LED lights and more.
They do.
The newer ones.
So they've been, as they're pulling stuff out of the storage, they're testing the lights to make sure the lights are working.
Sure.
If the lights aren't working, they just dispose of them. They check any of the electronic devices to make sure that they work.
So it's all functioning.
It is all functioning.
And it's all a third pennies on the dollar compared to buying it new.
They've got your wreath holders, the little storage containers. Mm-hmm. They've got your light bulb plastic holders. It honestly is like a smaller version of Walmart for Christmas.
That's great. And by the way, I know usually this time of year, you'll have a lot of new stuff. There's great, if you have persons, we're talking about Christmas decorations, but if you're looking for actual gift ideas,
yes,
there's some great stuff too.
And so they try to do for, this time of the year is things that come in brand new, sealed, not opened. They store them so that way when it's this time of the year, they can sell them so people can buy them as gifts.
Yeah.
And a ton of toys, ton of kids' toys. So if you need stuff for your kids, because kids go through stuff and they tear it up and it gets thrown away because kids
used
are kids.
And abused, yeah.
Right. They've got a ton of stuff for kids.
Absolutely. Yeah, come do that and come and to be honest, clothing. I know kids don't care about clothing anyway, so you got to get them clothing, and you're still going to wrap up some shirts and things in there. Get some clothing that are probably brand new or practically brand new. Wrap it up under the tree, and now they got their sweaters or whatever they need, and that's covered. And I know they're going to be mad when they open those up because we all are when we open those up. But
yeah.
At least you didn't spend hundreds of dollars on those things. You
most of all the clothes, they all have tags still on them.
Yeah, exactly.
Still, it's like, oh my god, they paid how much for this? Yeah.
And then if like you said, if you got the collectors on your list that collect, anything from like Coca-Cola stuff to figurines or things like that, there's that stuff's all the time there.
They do. They have a special area now that's just for like antique items and things that people do collect. So it's in one section.
Books. You could build a whole kids library for $5.
And she's got all the Christmas books out, so the family traditions of
Get your nightmare
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Different tradition.
Yeah.
Night before Christmas. Read that every night.
Twas the night before Christmas. Yeah, Nightmare Twas. Kind of same thing. But also this Saturday, they're going to do a sale at the store. The entire store is going to be half off, excluding Christmas items.
Okay, so everything that's not Christmas.
Clothes, appliances, they got Keurigs.
Which make great Christmas gifts, too. You just don't tell them you do them for Christmas. I mean, I don't care. But
Yeah.
as long as it's not something that looks like a Santa's got his plaster all over it, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But, that's...
They have a lot of stuff. Every time, like, if I go over there to talk to Camilla, I'm like, oh. And I go over
That's
now, and I work right next door, so it's not like, I'm only going so often. I go over there quite frequently, and I'm like, oh, I didn't see that when I came over earlier.
It really is a great, and it's a win-win for everybody. And we thank the people that keep donating and donating because you make this happen. And the great thing is you get a great deal on this stuff. You get to and things get new lives, and that's the great part about it is a lot of this stuff is perfectly great stuff. But you know how life happens. Someone got a new coffee maker now. Well, this one's got 7-in-1. Okay, well this one's only got 6-in-1. Well, it's no good no more to me. It was like 6-in-1. I only got a 2-in-1. So you know what I mean.
I got a 1-in-1.
Yeah, so. You know what I mean. So people constantly do that, upgrading stuff, and I'm telling you, especially folks that are just kind of. All right, I'm starting to be an adult now. I gotta have adult things and get life, and I gotta have clothes that don't look like I hang out at a gym all day.
I have to learn how to adult.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, that's an expensive flip in life.
And so we know there's going to be the winter dances coming up for school, and then proms coming, and all of that stuff. All year round, she has out the formal dresses, so that way, for whatever school happening is happening.
Quinceañera, prom, homecoming dance, whatever.
She has the dresses out all year round. They don't get so much of the guys stuff because I think the majority of the guys just go rent theirs from hippie chicks.
Because all we own is gym shirts and shorts.
I mean, it's not like we
has some kind of logo on it.
Yeah,
that's our brand. But
see,
Tucson Roadrunner. Yeah, I went to a game once. Now I got a shirt.
I got married. Now I'm branded. Yeah.
I think we're gonna make that happen.
All right. Can we do it on the radio? That'd be fun.
Okay.
The branding of John.
But there's just so much at the thrift store. Like I said, I walk over there quite often, and I was like, wow, that wasn't there earlier, was it?
Yeah. And then the beauty of it, every time you go there and shop, you're helping to, feed these pets, to pay for the vet bills, to keep the lights on, to keep the, the cages clean, and to keep the, these, and helping find these animals home. So every time you donate those bed, those clothing, those old Halloween decorations or Christmas decorations that you're tired of storing, we really, really do appreciate that. And folks, if you're looking for bargains and deals, come back be a part of the 10 o'clock club. Every Wednesday, 10 o'clock, new stuff comes out. The 10 o'clock club is, now don't come in there all, ready for bear. You gotta earn your place in the 10 o'clock club.
Oh,
Maybe show up with some Danishes or some coffee or something, schmooze your way in.
Yeah, that parking lot's full. It looks like Walmart.
Yeah.
I've driven by there. I'm looking at that. I'm like, what the heck's happening over there? Yeah, 10 o'clock club. I'm like, oh, God.
I don't know what they're called. I just called them the 10.
No, that should be. That's probably the perfect deal for them.
That's the name Mike and I have generated.
We've been calling them the 10 o'clock club for years now.
They park on the road and walk across because they can't fit in the parking lot anymore.
They know a good thing when they see it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And because of that good thing that they see, that helps us do what we do with the animals.
Absolutely. So we appreciate every one of the 10 o'clock.
And a lot of people this time of the year are more inclined to think about giving because that's the time of the year. If anybody, is wondering what we use or what we need to help us, we can always use clay cat litter. Just the cheap stuff. It doesn't have to be the fancy.
Nothing fancy
because we throw it away every single day, sometimes multiple times a day, because if they make a really big stinky, it's got to go bye-bye.
Actually, that stuff that comes in those 30, 40-pound like cement looking bags is all you need.
Yeah.
Grab one of those, and that's
great.
More work, just fine.
Your basic cleaning supplies, Dawn, Clorox, Pine Sol, bleach. Those are always a good thing. For dogs, the pedigree adult breed, adult dog food, chicken flavored, is always what we try to stick to because it doesn't have as much red dye in it.
Yeah.
For cats, we try to stick to the Purina One cat chow.
Okay.
Because that doesn't have a lot of dyes in it either.
Okay.
Simple needs, the majority, of everything that we use on a day-to-day basis is kind of similar to what you guys use at home.
Yeah, if you're going out and buying it, that's the kind of stuff. Now, that being said, like, if you do have a thing of, like, the fancy cat litter left over because maybe you lost your pet, they can take that because they do use that. If they got a cat that's in quarantine or sick and they need to do some diagnosis, then that fancy cat litter comes in handy. So if you have a small quantity of it that you like or donate, I mean, if you got pallets of it, I don't know if they can use that much, but
if you got pallets of it,
we'll find a way.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah, but that is beneficial for those types when we have a sick animal or if they need a special dietary thing. So, like I was just telling them, I got some canned cat food from my cat that I'm not feeding my other cat because she's had enough. And
well, that was the nicer way to say it versus earlier.
She needs what we call diet food. But yeah, and so for those special occasions, you can use that stuff. So, but if you're going out to buy it, the big 40-pound bags of the pedigree or the Purina One, please stick to the El Cheapo clay cat litter. Nothing. Don't go. I appreciate you're like, well, quantity's better. I get it, but it's just too expensive. It really is. It's overkill. For
so what we do when we have to buy it, I either go to Tractor Supply or Sam's Club because I sell it in 50-pound bags. Sam's is 52-pound bags. It's like $12 for 52 pounds.
That's not bad.
And that'll do a couple of days.
So that'll get you through about half a week.
Yeah, that'll get us through like 2 days. However, when you're spending $30 and $40 on the same amount, you could purchase multiples of the other because it's just going to last longer.
A lot more bang for the buck here.
It is.
And now, once you get your cats and dogs home,
you can choose whatever litter you want.
Bougie. Yeah, but for us, clean, simple, good is what they need. So, and to be honest, if you want to donate toys and things, maybe want to call ahead on that because obviously with dog toys, all those rawhide bones and stuff are actually not so healthy for your pets. So we try to steer clear of that, more natural type chewable products and things.
The Farm and Ranch Candle Place on East 2nd, she donated us a bunch of Kongs for the dogs.
Oh, good.
And so what we've been asking people for is either peanut butter.
Little things you can stuff in there.
Or canned whipped cream.
Those are the two popular ones?
Because the dogs that don't like peanut butter typically like the whipped cream. And so what we're doing is we're filling the inside of the Kongs, freezing them.
Okay.
And then giving it to them after they're frozen. So that way it's a little bit more stimulating of the brain and keeping them more interactive. And it's a fun little treat. So
just like the Cool Whip or like a Ready Whip kind of deal?
Sure. Yeah, sure thing. Just don't get the zero sugar because that has a sweetener in it that's toxic to dogs.
So get the full
Just
sugar.
get the regular.
No fat-free or any of this
just
cream.
The regular whipped cream. Yeah. Cool Whip, whipped cream, Ready Whip.
Any of the above.
Any of the above. They do make dog whipped cream in an aerosol can, and I think they sell it at Ace Hardware too, but you can get just the regular Ready Whip Cool Whip.
That doesn't have enough sugar to be a problem or anything like that. Peanut butter is a matter. Crunchy, creamy, is any of that a matter? Natural versus...
It's easier for us if it's the smooth to stuff it.
All right,
the crunchy's quite a bit of an issue.
So go creamy if possible. But if that's all you got, then we'll take it.
Because what we have to do is we have to heat it up and melt it down a little bit and then put it into piping bags.
Okay, so
we can squeeze
the
it
smoother
in.
the better.
Yes.
So that'd be good. Okay.
And she actually bought us like 20 containers of peanut butter. So
nice. So you're good on peanut butter.
We're stocked on peanut butter.
Okay.
So Ready Whip.
That would be a better one.
That would be a better one. The cats, the little Temptation shake treats. Those are always really good for the cats if you want to bring some treats for the cats. Catnip is always another good thing that they really like.
Yeah, and so does generally the staff. So.
But monetary donations are always great too.
That always fills the void. So
it does.
It's like, hey, we got a vet. We're gonna need to bring a vet in here. We're gonna pay for that. That covers that. Or we're short on litter. We need to go buy some litter.
Yes.
Or guess what? We're out of bleach. We got to go buy a couple gallons of bleach, or our mop heads are shot. We need to go buy some mops or whatever, because think about your cleaning supplies in your home and multiply that about 20, and that's what the Humane Society uses on a given week. So that's when you have that many furry, four-legged beings in a room together, they tend to make messes, and they tend to,
And we can burn through a vacuum cleaner in no time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So we go through a lot of cleaning supplies, a lot of cleaning utensils, and a lot of craps.
Yep. So that being said, if you're out shopping for these things, please. I think, don't you guys have like a wish list on your website that you can kind of, if you want to go consult that and say this is kind of all right, what do they need? Go to that wish list and just shop off that.
And then for the people that prefer to shop like me, click on our Amazon wish list. And they're already selected in the Amazon wish list. You click it and it just ships to us. And then you don't have to do anything.
And that way you're just, and to be honest, if you've been told you need to stop shopping, because you have enough stuff in your house, this will kind of fix that fetish a little bit.
Yeah.
Shop for the Humane Society on their wish list. I saw the neck turn.
Also, this Saturday is the last one of the year, and it's the National Adoption Weekend at Petco.
Okay.
So we will be out there 10 to 2. We will have a couple of dogs out there, and we will be there with some happy, friendly poochies. We're going to have Shadow out there. She's our longest resident who's been with us since 2023.
They're fun.
And she really needs to find her home.
They're cute dogs. When you go out there, they love to play with you, and they love to, if you go out there, come meet them, come see them, and that's if we can find them a home. And of course, if those aren't the ones that strike your fancy, then please come by the Humane Society. We've got a whole shelter full of cats and dogs that are looking for their forever homes. The part I really like about this is you guys do spend time to make sure these are right fits. Adopting a pet into your family should be a big deal. You're making an addition to your family, and anything that you don't treat it less than that, you're not really doing a service to your family or to that pet. So you guys are very adamant about that kind of stuff, making sure it's the right fit. That being said, we do come inspect. We do come to make sure that, your other pets aren't going to be a problem here, and we want to make sure all those things happen. So, because we want to make sure that this pet and your family have the best experience possible, with this family union here that we're creating.
And something that we've, a new policy that's been implemented recently is veterinarian references.
Okay.
So once you visit or you see an animal, you like them, you visit with them, and then you want to continue on the process, we do require veterinarian references, and we talk to your veterinarian to make sure that your previous animals at home are current on their vaccinations and within good standing. And therefore, we kind of get an idea that, whoever's being adopted is going to be a very cared for animal.
Good deal. So I guess if you're a first-time owner, then you're going to have not much of a track record.
No, and if you are a first-time owner, there's obviously those different types of things, but...
I'm trying to think. Have I been nice to Dr. Walker recently? Make sure you didn't give me a bad report.
And then call Robin.
Yeah.
She'll tell me better.
And the bad thing is they had to. There's a reason why they do this now.
Yeah,
it's not because they're just nitpicking. No,
they want to make sure that you're
they have problems
taking care of the pet here, and that's the thing is pets are unique. Problems, the breed of your pet always impacts that and things, and again, these are decisions that you need to factor when it comes to adopting a pet too. If you're maybe not so meticulous with maybe a dog that doesn't require a lot of medical needs, you need a more healthier young dog that you feed and things. You're not having to take to the vet every year for medical issues and things. You just take them for their shots or whatever their annual needs.
Right.
Feed them their heartworm and their getting up on their rabies and their distemper, all the other vaccines that they have to get. And short of that, then you're easy. But yes, some dogs, like, just face it, the dogs that generally are popular are generally are purebreds, and generally are dogs that require way more work and way more medical attention.
Yes.
Anything that's a purebred, your vet bills are going to be a lot higher. That's just how it rolls.
Yeah.
We know.
Yeah, we know.
Find the mutt. Find the mutt. The muddier, the better.
Yep.
And that dog, and sorry, purebred folks, the mutts are generally more intelligent animals. They're more loving animals. they're like when you see those like stories of the dog just instinctively knowing the thing and all, those are mutts, man. Ain't no purebred anything. Just like I sense it now. It's the mutts going. They're reading the room. So that's to consider that kind of. Now I get it. Some people no, my whole family we've had our King James Cavalier Charles, flu flum 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 whatever. All right, good for you.
That's 3 breeds mixed into one, so you just made a mutt. You made a mutt.
I get it, but if you're first timer, get old scruffy thing with the eye spot and the thing in the corner.
Find a mixed breed for your first pet because that's going to teach you what you need to know in general about pets.
Mm-hmm.
Purebreds, yes, they are higher maintenance, they are higher vet bills, they are higher medical expenses because they have more problems.
Yeah. I don't know how many times I hear people saying, I want a bulldog, I need a bulldog. You're like, you know how much work a bulldog is?
Right.
All that pushed up face is a lot of medical work right there.
And I feel so bad, when they're trying to just walk and they sound like they're going into congestive heart failure, just trying to take 2 steps.
You got a lot more maintenance with dogs like that. You got to clean places that you don't necessarily have to clean with the, mutts and things.
And
I'm talking front end and back end.
Yeah. We're not in the best area either for them here in New Mexico. We get really hot and we stay hot and it just makes it harder for them to breathe. And then when we get hot and humid, it makes it hard for me to breathe. I don't want...
Right?
Not to mention allergies and, you got a smashed in face. Allergies hit harder.
Everything's times 10 with them.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then when they get excited or go to eat or drink, and that's a whole other show right there.
Yeah.
So,
sponsored by Swiffer if you have a bulldog.
Yeah. But that's stuff to really consider, especially if you're a first-time pet owner. What's your lifestyle? I need to get a dog that will or cat, and that kind of jives with that a little bit, and certain animals won't do that.
So I can tell you right now, the majority of every cat that anybody has inside Roswell, New Mexico, is going to be a mixed breed.
Oh, yeah.
We can say it looks like this, and this is what we would believe it is, but pretty much it's a mixed breed.
Yeah.
Siamese cross, Russian blue cross. The only thing that we can guarantee is when we have papers behind it.
Right. And that's not as often with cats.
No, it's really not.
It's not a demand
cats are not bred.
There's no Kenilworth cat show, is there? Where they do the whole... is there?
You got your Persians.
Where you walk around with the cat like on a leash?
That's got to be really boring because they ain't doing all them tricks.
No, it's just for basically... the quality of the breed of the cat. They
watch
look at
as
the
he
cat.
just lays here on the back of the chair for hours at a time.
Right, yeah. They do have show cats.
Muffins is a multi-champion,
Watch as he hits its owner because they gave it a treat.
Yeah.
But we don't have a lot of people in this area that breed specific cats.
Gotcha.
If you're looking for, Maine Coons and stuff like that, we're not the area where they have all of that fun stuff. We have mixes. We have domestic short hairs. We have medium hairs. We have long hairs. We have Siamese mixes.
Brutuses.
But again,
we have Brutuses, Tomcat.
And at the end of the day, these are going to be healthier cats. They're going to be because of their, they've been, the cancers, the organs, they all work better because they're mutts.
Pretty much.
Breeds, so.
Pretty much.
So, but we do invite you to come and meet and meet the pets and things like that too.
For a short amount of time, our kitties are under a quarantine because we had a couple of ringworm cases.
Okay.
And so we're trying to make sure that nobody else has any more issues.
You have to shop online to look at the cats right now. So.
And then once nobody else breaks and we stay clear.
You gotta have a week or 7 days or something.
21.
21. It's up to. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
For ringworm, only because ringworm is so weird. Like
it's hard to kill the bacteria or something, or
it's a fungus, and the spore is at the end of the hair follicle. So when the hair follicle falls out, and you've got the ringworm spore, it gets sucked up into your vent, and then it gets kicked out into another area and lands on another cat.
So it can spread easy. You just got to wait out its potency.
Yes, and so yesterday we had Fulkerson come and do a duct cleaning for us, which amazing, wonderful. They were in and out. Well, not in and out fast because it's a long process,
Right.
but they made it look easy. I was like, ugh.
They did as efficiently as humanly possible.
Yes.
Basically.
And so now what we're doing is every day we have to bleach head to toe, top to bottom, every room that is on the central cooling and air conditioning unit. So that way, if any hair spores were stuck in any areas and get kicked out, it's not spreading.
We don't get a
ringworm's
resurgence here down the road. Yeah.
Contagious to humans.
Okay.
So, and it's contagious to dogs too. It's more common in cats, and I'm not 100% sure why. We rarely see dogs with ringworm. It's typically mange on dogs.
Okay.
But cats are like just prone to getting ringworm. One of the things the vets are telling me, College Garden, Cielo Grande, they're having people from the public bring their cats in that are having issues with ringworm. We kind of pinned something together. The fungus that came in on the grass is related to the ringworm fungus.
Oh, okay.
So the people that have been having the issues with the fungus on the grass that they're giving them the fungicide for,
Okay.
is also kind of sitting in the dirt.
So once again, we can blame the flood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's basically what that means.
We're having a lot of different animal issues. I had to take 2-3 cats to the vet yesterday because I was like, kind of looks like lice, but I don't know. Cats can have lice. We learned this yesterday. It's called walking dandruff.
Lovely.
And so I have 3 cats that are in a separate quarantine area because of walking dandruff.
That sounds way horrifying than lice.
Lice, yeah.
I got a case of the walking dandruff.
Well, the clinical name is that long, and I was trying to pronounce it, and I was like, nope.
That just sounds horrifying.
Yeah. What's wrong with him? Walking dandruff.
Walking dandruff.
So
he's a goner for sure then, huh?
We're trying to keep everybody as healthy as possible, get everybody, over whatever skin issues, because it's skin this go around.
Gotcha.
And getting them good to go, because we don't want to send anything home to you, to your other animals, or you take it out and it and give it to somebody else that might have a weakened immune system.
Which is a good time to remind people when you do come to visit the Humane Society, especially the animal shelter. You're okay in the thrift store, but when you come into the shelter side, you have to have closed-toed shoes because you're going to go through a little bleach thing that basically sanitizes you and the pets, so your stank don't get on them and their stank don't get on you.
Yes, and we have the dispensers, the hand sanitizer dispensers around. So,
but you can't be doing flip-flops with those things.
No, if you're visiting with an animal, we will tell you that in order to visit with another animal, you have to sanitize in between. So therefore, you're not spreading anything that one might have.
Absolutely. So it's all for their benefit and yours at the end of the day.
It is, and it saves you from taking something home to your kids at home if you have animals at home.
So please don't get upset if you roll up in sandals and they say, I'm sorry, you can't come in here right now.
I direct you to the thrift store and tell you to go purchase a pair of tennis shoes for $2 to $4.
There you go. You help out there and you got a new pair of kicks.
Right. Yeah. But honestly, you would be amazed how many people carry multiple pairs of shoes in their vehicle.
Especially women. Women do. Women do.
No,
with
it's men.
No, it's with you.
No, it's men. When they come in and they have Crocs on, because you can't have Crocs on, no kind of form of Crocs.
Well, they got holes.
And they're like, oh, hold on, let me go change my shoes real quick. They come back in tennis shoes. Why? Because it's their gym shoes.
Oh, well, maybe. Well, you don't have to worry about that. I don't go to a gym. Ha!
This is my own personal feelings. If you're spending your day walking around in Crocs, you better have another pair of shoes on because they're Crocs. And they're ridiculous.
They are. I concur.
Like, there's nothing about them that I like. No, they're not more breathable because they just cover you with this weird plastic. They're not functional in the fact that they protect you in any way, shape, or form because my toes are just as exposed as they were before. They just look like weird clogs on peyote. I don't know.
And why do they call them Crocs? Because
I can tell you why. They're full of crap. But it's crap.
Okay.
But like our daughter, she's got the headlights for her Crocs. She's got the spurt.
I bought her snow plows.
Snow plows, yeah. The snow
I think
plows.
it's way more of a fashion young people than a
yeah. I don't know.
The people that try to tell me they're comfortable and all that, I'm like, oh, give me a break. They're not. So, I'm not buying that. Very good. We're about out of time here.
Yeah.
If anybody has any questions about anything, like you said, the cats are under quarantine at least for another week or two here. But you can go by to the Humane Society's website, roswellhumane.org, and you can go check things out there. Of course, come by and see the dogs, but come by the thrift store, and like you said, come by this weekend if you want to save on anything that's not Christmas. They're offering a big. Now, that being said, you could save a bunch of money going in there right now, but if you want to save a few more dollars, come on in this weekend.
Yeah. So. Yeah, it's going to be, which I always find it kind of funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. She sits there. Oh, man, we had this really cool. Why didn't you call me? Oh, I just didn't. I forgot to. I'm like, yeah. You know what we got in today over there? No, what? We got this. Let's go. No, we already sold it. Why are you telling me? Why? You know.
Whet your appetite.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Absolutely. Is there anything we missed? Anything we want to cover here?
I think we're good.
Give out the hours real quick for everything.
Kennels are Tuesday through Saturday, 10 to 12 and 1 to 4:30.
Okay.
And then the thrift store is Wednesday through Saturday, 10 to 4:30.
Very good. And don't forget, Wednesday, 10 o'clock. That's the new stuff that comes out. That's because they're closed Monday, Tuesday. That's when they restock, replenish, refresh. And
10 a.m. crowd.
10 o'clock club, 10 a.m. when the doors open. Be there for the new stuff. But like you said, there is a pecking order. There is people that have, you gotta ingratiate yourself with the community.
Don't wear Crocs. You might get your toes stepped on, man.
I love a guy, man. Don't wear the Crocs.
Roswell Donuts is probably their favorite place. So if you want to, smooze your way in,
there you go.
Bring them donuts.
Hey, you can't be mad with a donut in your hand.
No, that's true.
No.
I'm going to start going there Wednesdays now.
I'm just here for the food.
Hey, no kidding.
I'm here for the bribery.
I'm here for the bribery. My wife won't let me have this. I'll just come over here.
I can't let you cut in front of me, but I'll eat one of your donuts.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm going to have to go in and buy a disguise because she can see me on the camera. He's back.
This guy looks like Inspector Gadget keeps coming by.